Bienvenidos, señoras y señores, to another episode of Los Terricolas podcast, the show where we bring our unique ideas and stories to you. Sharing the same ground, we all do. I'm your host, Greg, and with me, as always, is Oscar, waiting on Irvin. And we have a special guest. We have Jovy Castillo here with us. What's going on? You can put the microphone close to you, by the way. You can scoot your chair. Sorry, we should have told you that.
I'll be like, just start. Don't even second guess yourself.
Yeah.
Just start, because the more you think about something and the more you over analyze anything,
the more it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen, or it's not gonna happen for a long time, and you're gonna look, back in 3 years from now and be like, damn, I still haven't started.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of things like regret and stuff come in.
Yeah,
so Gary V's biggest scare is regret. That's the thing he's most terrified
I didn't
of.
do this shit.
I was actually going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Like, is there something that when you were in this journey where you became a fitness trainer, was there something that kind of like maybe disappointed you about like the actual scene, or maybe surprised you a little bit?
I'm gonna say, as far as like training others, it's tough. Like, it's really, really tough, because not everybody is consistent, and I think it's very common for clients to try training for like a month, 2 months, 3 months, and they give up. That's it. Because they don't see progress, or they don't see the progress they want to, because they're comparing themselves to Instagram models or people in magazines and stuff.
Or to yourself, because they see you and like, well, I want to look like that. So let's see what she's got.
They do say that, but the thing is, like, they need to understand, like, anybody needs to understand, like, if you have a trainer or not, like, it's going to take you years to build muscle. Years. Like, I've been doing this for like 7 years, and I'm still not where I want to be, but I've probably like last year I saw the most difference in my body, and which made that like 6 years last year of training and working out. That's a long time. That's a long time. Like, people don't realize, especially like your genetics play a huge role in how your muscle builds, how fast, how slow, where, you know what I mean? And then like we have certain areas of our body where we keep fat. Does that make sense? Some girls, keep it back here. Other girls don't have a problem with that, and they have cellulite back here. That's just their problem area. So it all depends on the person. But again, to answer your question, like, I think the thing that I was disappointed with in the beginning was just how fast people give up. But you, as a trainer or as a coach, you need to get better at being good at your craft and like teaching others. You know what I mean? And you need to be more understanding, and you have to be as motivating, and you have to communicate as much as possible. Like, that's key. The thing that surprised me the most was, what surprised me the most? I'm gonna say that people that you know really, really well, like, let's say you have a friend, like a really close friend, or just a friend you've known for years, and they're like, Joe, I want to train with you. And they don't stick to it. The ones that know you the best, they won't stick to it. Does that make sense? Because they're like, I don't know, they just have a different relationship with you, and they don't take you as serious. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think that will surprise me the most, because I would think that people I've known for a long time, not even close friends, but just friends for like a long time, I would think they would stick to it more, or be as respectful of your time.
Yeah.
But it turns out not
discipline.
really.
Because it's the commitment they're making to your beyond like the trainer relationship, like the relationship you guys have as like, oh, I've known Jovy. Yeah, definitely.
They feel like they can slack it, even though, like, no, that's not the case.
It's like, nah, bitch, we're here to work.
I mean, just generation's all about like instant gratification. I mean, everything has to be like that, right? We don't want to, my Wi-Fi's not working. It's like, it's been working all week, but just like this 1 second, it stopped, and all of a sudden, like, your whole world's over. So like, no queremos batallar, you know what I mean?
That kind of that fucking makes me, when you said that you've been working at this for 6 years,
7 years now.
7 years.
About 7 years.
It makes me remember James Watt and Sick Fuck, because I remember that promo video you made with them.
Oh my gosh!
It's because that's why I wanted to have you here, because I've pretty much known. Well, I don't like fucking creeper stalker here. Yeah. I've seen where it came. I've seen where you've come from, and then where you're at right now. So I find that fucking awesome.
Thank you.
So it gets me hyped,
Thank you.
So definitely, like, people need to understand that you've been going at it for a long time.
Yeah,
like,
it's been
a journey.
People see you at the end of the journey, right? Like, like Mexicans.
People see your now. They don't see what you went through 5, 6, 7 years ago, or even 3 years ago. Like, they don't see that. They just see where you're at.
Because they see.
Now.
Well, also because again, we go back to that instant gratification. They see, especially like fitness or like dieting. They see it as like a straight line. Like, if I just do this, you know, that. Why do you think those videos are so popular? Top 5 things you could do to reduce your waistline, and if you do those 5 things, it's over. But it's not like
if
that.
you do those 5 things for 5 years, yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's also trial and error.
5 minutes, like.
But it's also trial and error, like you said, right? Like you have to adjust to your
pretty much
body.
your own guinea pig.
Exactly. Yeah.
You just
No, you are.
Try shit, and
you really are, and then find what works best for you, and then go from there.
I think you do have to because we were talking. I was asking Alex. Remember when I had Alex here? I asked her the same thing. I feel like there's a certain kind of brain that you have to have for like people like you and Oscar that not necessarily like pain, but you guys know that that's part of the process, and there's no like doubts about what you guys want to do and accomplish. You know what I mean?
Maybe I just think that it takes a lot of determination and a lot of like it could be. You could be the laziest person in the world, and once your mindset changes, it's over.
Right.
Like if you are somebody that does not like the gym or whatever, and you think to yourself, I will never go to the gym. That's just not for me.
Yeah.
Or whatever fitness routine you want to get on, you can do it. You just have to like know why you want to do it, and then you start doing it. Does that make sense?
True.
I think anybody can work out. That's the beauty of exercise, and that's the beauty of fitness. Anyone can do it. It doesn't matter if you have 1 leg, 2 legs. It doesn't fucking matter. Like you can do. I'm serious. Like
no,
you can swim, you can hike, you can bike, you can bowl, you can do so many things.
Anything.
And that's what I try to talk about too. Like I think fitness is not just go to the gym and you pump some weights. It's like it's so much more than that. You know what I mean? You can go do yoga. Then that could be your fitness.
It all depends.
Whatever you want to do to make yourself healthy, that's what's most important. More than your looks.
True. Like aesthetics. Yeah.
More than aesthetics.
I try. Yeah. I'm not like fit like you guys. Like I'm not at that level. But when I was in thank you. Yeah. When I was in the military, like I like to run a lot, and people would always like, but like how do you run so much, and like how do you not get tired? I'm like, well, of course I get tired. I was like, well, first of all, I like running, and then they would be like, okay, so how much should I run? And I was like, well, first of all, I think you need to determine what your goal is, and I think that's always something I tell people. I'm not an expert, but I think it's important to know what your fitness goal is first. Right? Because if I see Oscar doing what Oscar's doing, it might not be if all I want to do is like be able to like I don't know do like 5 push-ups. Why am I gonna go to Oscar and be like, hey, show me how to like I don't know what you do, bench press, I don't know, whatever, military press, whatever.
Nothing. Yeah, I pretty much do nothing, dude.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, this is just
you're just naturally that big.
Nah, dude, I have a little pump back there, and I just like pump my shit up, and then
he looks at the weights like this. And then it absorbs it.
That's how it is, dude.
But you know what I mean? You guys know what I'm saying, right? You have to know what your goal is before you just...
Hey, Irvin, nice of you to join us. Hey.
Hello.
Hey,
man. I apologize for my time. Hello, Jovy. Nice to meet you. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty mad at you right now.
What the fuck?
Dude.
So, anyway.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say...
Okay.
I didn't put it for you.
I had a lot of stuff planned to say, but I didn't think I was going to be late today. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Nice to meet you, Jovy.
Nice to meet you,
I'm very
too.
happy you're here.
Thanks.
Did you guys start a long time ago?
Nah, it was like 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago?
About 15.
Something like that.
About 15-ish.
That's fucking crazy.
It was cool you talked about Alex as well. You're friends with Alex too, right? Like
I've known Alex for a long time, yeah.
Like 2 similarities you guys have is you both schedule for the 6 o'clock time slot. And for Alex, it's because she's really busy, huh? And I imagine the same thing for you. So, like, right off the bat, what I wanted to ask you is just, what is it that makes you so busy throughout the day? What do you have going on? Like, because it's like for Alex,
choose to be busy.
Alex was throwing all these things. I was like, damn, how much do you have time in the day for all that?
You make time.
Stuff?
It doesn't matter,
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to ask.
We have 24 hours in a day, right? Everybody does. True. So either you wake up earlier, if you're used to waking up at 11 a.m. on a Sunday, but you want to do X, Y, and Z, and you have all these goals, you better get your ass up at 5 or 6.
Yeah, you're late.
Or 7 o'clock, that's fine too.
Nah. 11-7 is already late.
Exactly. Well, I'm just saying, like, if you have a goal and you're like, well, what about time? Like, how am I gonna have time? You make time. You know what I mean? So, as far as like what like my day-to-day schedule looks like, or like you're saying today in particular?
Not just day-to-day. Like, how do you keep yourself? Why are you so busy? Like, what is it that you do?
Yeah. So I like to be busy. Like, I like to have things to do. I like just like I do like to like schedule a shit ton of things, even though sometimes I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, oh my gosh, like I'm so tired or whatever. Like, I just do it. But first of all, like my clients take up a lot of my time for sure. I start very early in the mornings with my clients, so they're like number one to me. And then of course I have school, so I go to NMSU and I go a couple times a week. Some of my classes are online and some are in person, so I kind of go back and forth. But I have school. I have a nutrition coaching certification that I'm still working on. it's due next month, so I'm like trying to pile it up and finish it. So that's also keeping me busy. I have to burp, sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, same.
Right on the mic.
Same.
We like
tofu.
to hear
that. And then I have I do this. It's a business called the X Bands. I don't know if you were here when I explained that, but it's a business in California that has like fitness accessories.
Okay.
How did you hook up with them?
Well, I'll tell you right now. That's
a whole nother
I'll
story.
tell you right now. Yeah, they have fitness accessories. So what I do for them is I manage the social media.
Okay.
Manage the athletes. And it's just a lot of things I do. So a lot of my day consists of like posting at certain times of the day, replying to DMs, sending shipments, answering athletes, getting new athletes, paying the athletes. It's like a shit ton of stuff all online.
Yeah.
But a few times a year, I'm gonna say like anywhere from like, I don't know, 5 to 7, like I'll travel with them out of town, especially in California. Like we go to fitness expos and we work them. So like I'm there talking to people. You meet the clients in person. So instead of them just buying things online, you meet them in person. It's very, very fast sales. Okay. Very fast sales. And then also, well, we do badass expos. Like next month I'm going to the Arnold in Ohio, which is
fuck yeah, that's fucking sick.
Everybody's all about that.
I'm so excited.
Dude, that's gonna be the best show fucking to this day.
I think so.
All the competitors are, oh my god, you don't even know.
Yeah.
They're hyping it up, which is something they never do. That they fuck up on that. Because a lot of competitors like to keep to themselves. They like that old school. I don't know why the fuck a lot of people say the golden era and the old school is like fucking move on, dog. Like this is what it is.
So?
And
I think it's more the aesthetics thing that they're talking about the golden era.
But
like the aesthetics is what they are saying, not this overdone, big crazy mass monster look. That's what they're saying. In my opinion, that's what I think. That's what I get from
what I'm saying is like back in the day they used to hide a lot. They used to hide and not show their body. And like till the day of that's when they would present the body. But a lot of the guys competing in the Arnold are actually showing their pictures 4 weeks out, 3 weeks out, which is something they've never done. So I think that's super cool. Like, and then the fact that we got YouTube now and there's a lot of channels hyping everything up. So I think it's sick.
So many things.
It's a good time to be alive.
TikTok, Instagram, all these things.
And then The Rock's coming out with his new show as well.
It's a really big expo. I want to work it, but we don't know if we're gonna do it. I was telling my boss about it, like, hey, this is gonna be amazing. I signed up to get like the sponsorship information. If you have a booth or whatever, you have a company. This is gonna be huge. This is people from like overseas, like Europe, all these places. Like it's gonna be insane. It's called Athleticon. Yeah, Athleticon in Georgia.
Is bodybuilding as big in Europe and stuff as it is?
Oh,
it's huge. It's huge anywhere. I think.
India,
it's
man.
been growing.
It's huge.
Yeah, like in Kuwait. Kuwait's the Middle East. Like they
they're all about it.
Really? Like guys over there love bodybuilding. Like yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Like I know in China, I think the Cholo movement is gay. Or I don't know if China, but some Asian country.
The Cholo movement?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Like lowriders.
Yeah. They're doing lowriders.
Right
Dude, I want a lowrider. I'm not gonna lie.
Drink some Coronas.
Just to keep building.
Coronas, Jesus.
That's as Cholo as it gets.
Sorry,
That's not Cholo. That's kind of okay. Let's move on.
I just wanted to keep building.
I was trying to make a joke because of the.
Hey Joe, you want to get hacked?
I wanted to keep building on what you were talking about right now about being busy. Because even like walking in here, I heard you talking. You're just like all over, like super energized, energetic. Do you drink a lot of coffee?
Not a lot.
You're just pumped?
Like once a day maybe.
Okay.
But like no, I just think I'm naturally like
you're just pumped.
Yeah,
so that's what I
I've
wanted to
always
say.
been like that.
Because do you feel like if you're not keeping yourself busy, if you're not doing something, like do you kind of feel antsy? Like
I feel weird if I'm not busy. There was like a moment in my life last year where I wasn't that busy and I felt weird. Like it just didn't feel like that was me.
Depressed and shit.
But I did, I was depressed. Yeah.
I think I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
like does it feel like you have to
depressed.
like you want to run?
Like my life ain't
like
going nowhere.
I just want to do something more than what I was doing at that moment. But being busy for me is just how I am, and that's how I always will be.
Get it.
Do you even have a social life at this point?
I do.
Okay.
I just don't like to go out in the winter. No, ask me. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You can ask me whatever.
No,
but I won't answer it.
What? No,
You're fucking passionate. You're a very passionate person.
She's going through her schedule, and I'm wondering, like, between that, is there time to have fun?
No, ask me whatever you guys want.
But that is fun for her. What do you mean?
I saw you in that
dip
dive ad or whatever. What is it? Drip dive or whatever? Where you guys were like in that
Dick
meth lab?
No,
that's a different video. That's good.
Dip dive.
He said dick dive.
That's a dip dive.
Dick dive?
He said dip dive, dude. Oh my god.
Hey, welcome to the TikTok clip.
Why did I come here?
Why not? Jovy, tell us why not.
Welcome to the TikTok clip.
Why not?
Anyway.
This is fucking good for the soul right here.
Dip dive. You said
drip dive.
Drip dive.
That was a long time ago. Yeah, drip drive.
Drip drive.
What
Yeah,
was
so-
that? It looked like a meth lab.
No. They were.
People were, like,
So what they
hooked
do
up
is
to-
they have like IVs that have vitamins B,
Okay.
vitamins B12, and they also have like maybe vitamin C, and then just things to help you with your hydration levels. So
Okay,
like
okay.
electrolyte levels. But that was a long time ago. But
Okay.
what were you asking? You asked me
sorry.
something about being busy or whatever.
Oh, I'm just surprised how passionate you are.
Oh,
like
thank you.
I'm trying to catch up to this energy.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
won't catch up.
thank you.
Yeah, you won't.
You were
just
with
tried
I've
all of
always
this.
been like this, but like I guess
good.
when I got older and when I was able to drive and things like that, I could like do more with my time and do what I want to do. Because I always felt like since I was little, I swear to God, like I feel like I was made for something more. Like I
Yeah.
remember being
I feel
so
you.
bored in school. Like
Yeah.
I was really bored in school. I had fun and stuff, but I was so bored because I felt like I don't want to be sitting here. Like I want to do more. Like there's just something more out there
You just
for
have to
me.
find out
and
what
I
it was.
still feel like that. Like, but I feel like I'm getting closer to what I want. But as far as like a social life, yes, I do have one, but my circle's small. Like, I don't want to have
No new
a lot
friends,
of
no new
fake
friends,
friends.
no,
I
no.
like having a little small circle
Yeah.
of real people in my
Yeah.
life. Like
Of
one of my
course.
best friends, we've been friends since we were in middle school. I'm
That's awesome.
26, so we were like 13. I was 13, maybe 14. When I started, when we became friends. So yeah, my circle's really small, and I don't like to go out in the winter. I hate going out in the winter. So I
sucks.
try to keep that for like special occasions, like birthdays, things like that. Like, but I love going out. Like I love
What
stuff like that.
about winter outfits though?
Winter outfits? Well, I mean, you wear bodysuits and like pants and heels
Like
and stuff
hoodies.
like that.
Winter's when you can really mix it up. You
Hoodies
can,
are
like-
awesome, dude.
You can mix it
Accessorize?
up. You can, but I'm just like I love spring and I love summer.
So
I was born in March.
You prefer
so,
dressing
Are
for
you-
those days?
Yeah.
Have you ever
Uh-huh.
been to like the Midwest or anything like that?
The Midwest,
I-
like
What is
that-
Midwest?
where's-
I lived
yeah,
in
where's
Nebraska.
that?
I lived in Nebraska.
I've never been there.
Yeah,
no.
I lived in Nebraska.
Yeah,
for
don't go.
six-
So you're
Nobody
saying
likes it
cold,
there.
cold places, right? No, never.
I've been
never.
to Alaska in winter.
Oh my gosh, I've been there too.
No, but you know what? It's not that
little.
bad.
No?
Nah.
I think when you get used to it, maybe. I'm a
And-
baby with the cold. Like
It's
right
'cause
now, I still have
there's
my
not that
jacket
much
on. Like,
wind. There's not that much wind in Alaska. I think
Oh,
it's
no?
because of the mountains.
The mountains.
you're probably right.
But over there in Nebraska, there's nothing. It's flat.
I don't give a fuck about the sun as long as I have sunscreen. If I have sunscreen, I'm okay. I'm already dark. I'm not trying to get any
What
darker.
about
Yeah,
heat
yeah.
stroke?
Yeah.
What about heat stroke? That
Yeah, I
could
don't.
still
No,
happen
no,
to you
dude.
with Sunscreen.
I can lick the dirt or something. Like I'll get
You're gonna
hydrated.
lick the dirt.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
definitely.
Hey, hold on.
You don't even know how it works.
He's something else.
You don't even know.
You
how,
don't even.
I
You
don't
don't
know
even know how I
health works.
freaking.
I don't know about you, Oscar.
You don't even know how I compute.
He's gonna,
and fucking,
you're gonna go to Bear Grylls and be like, so out here in the desert, sometimes it gets
I'm
a
gonna-
little warm. It's like, no, it's alright. I'm just gonna eat some dirt.
I'm gonna go to Bear
I'll be
Grylls
alright,
and
Bear
slap him
Grylls,
and like,
you
you
freaking
dumbass, you did
idiot.
this all wrong.
Anyway,
Idiot.
so
Jovy.
Yeah.
Let's get this back on track. So, you were mentioning you were very passionate from a super young age,
Yeah.
right? And that you felt like you were meant for something
I feel
more
like-
and
yeah.
stuff. So, what's been the process like finding out what that is? Like, what it is that you're meant to be doing? Has there been trial and error? And how has your personality just kind of guided you to where you need to be? You know what I mean? Because I feel like your personality, I've known you for 10 minutes, but like, you seem very passionate and people tend to gravitate towards that because not a lot of people are that way, and when they see someone that way, it's kind of very natural for you to like attach yourself because you're like, oh man, this feels good.
Yeah.
It's driving me to be more passionate, and so I just kind of wanted to know, I guess, your journey, like from not knowing what you wanted to do but having that personality.
I think it started for sure like when I started personal training like
Okay.
5-6 years ago.
Okay.
That's when it really started for me because I started getting to know myself more. I started to grow up a little bit more, like, and you just learn more, you evolve, and you just learn more about yourself and what you want to be, like how you want to become better. Some people, go through that journey and they're like, this is not for me. I don't want to do this shit, right?
Yeah.
There's some personal trainers out there,
Yes.
but for me, it's like, I really enjoy this. I want to get better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. You learn as you go. And I think a big part of me growing up was like when I was bartending and serving, like the money got so good for me at that age. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Oh,
it
yeah.
got so good that I got very like addicted to it. So I put a lot of things aside. Like I didn't give a fuck about school. Like I didn't care about my grades. I didn't care about anything besides like making money. And at that time I was competing a little bit more. So I cared more about competing and making money. That's it. Like that's all I cared about for so many years. And then when I started looking at the bigger picture and I was like, I'm 23 already. Like now I'm 26. But I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm 23 years old. Like I'm still done with school. Like I'm still doing blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, I need to get it together.
Yeah.
So then I started thinking more to myself, what do I want to do? Right. And so at that time I was going to like, I think I was going to EPCC, and I tried UTEP for a little bit, but I didn't like it. But I was at EPCC, and I was just doing like a general, like, degree, like whatever it was. And then I was like, okay, my passion is health and fitness, right? And I want to learn more about nutrition. I've always wanted to learn more about nutrition. So then I thought to myself, why am I not at NMSU? Like, I've always wanted to go there, but I made excuses like, oh, it's too far or whatever.
What is it about NMSU then?
NMSU, they have a nutrition and dietetics major.
Oh, okay.
So I finally decided to, go that route. And like, once I did that, that kind of helped me get a little bit more clear and on my path. There's, things have changed so much throughout the years that like, you don't necessarily need a degree to be successful.
Right.
But for me, I just want to finish my degree. Because I made that commitment to myself.
It's more of a tool.
I want to finish. It's a tool, yeah, and you can learn more.
And I think really college just basically teaches you what you don't know.
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? You can learn a little bit more for sure, but there might be some things that really college won't teach you at all. But the thing is, once I decided to go to an MSU and like make it a point to like, okay, I'm going to finish my degree. I don't care, if it takes me 2-3 more years, I'm going to finish it. Once I kind of did that, that's when it really helped me just kind of find myself a little bit more and just know that I wanted to finish that. And so even as the months go by, there's still things I learn and there's still things that I realize I want to do. So like now at this point in my life, a big goal is to finish school, and I will. So it's going to take me like 2 more years of like every single semester. Like I can't take any breaks. Like every single semester I will be in school for the next 2 years. And that's fine. But I realize that I want to make a bigger impact in other people's lives than ever before. And so what I want to do later on, and maybe in the future, in the near future, do more for the community. So there's a lot of obesity and diabetes and other things in El Paso, and I want to help eliminate that or help educate people that don't know how to eat. So it starts with the parents, right? Parents teach their kids how to eat healthy or how to not eat healthy.
Right.
They set that example. So I really, really want to just teach the community how to eat better. And I feel like that right there, that can eliminate a lot of problems that we have in El Paso.
That's tough.
And so I feel like a lot of people can't even afford certain things. You know what I mean? There's certain areas in our city where they're just not that well off money-wise, financially, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like that shouldn't be an excuse. Like, I want to help people that don't have the money to do that. Now, my degree is nutrition education, but I'm learning a lot about public health.
Okay.
Public health has different, aspects of it. And with that degree, I can teach others. So, let's say I wanted to work at WIC. I could do that with this degree.
Nice.
Probably won't do that, but I could. You know what I mean? I could give seminars to the community. So that's why I'm saying, I realize now in my journey, I want to make more of an impact on people's lives. I like doing what I'm doing. I love, having a tiny little platform on Instagram and helping people understand certain things. But I don't know, I just want more. I feel like that's not enough.
That's what makes a successful person.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say
that's what makes this world go round.
You said something that I think encompasses what kind of person you are. You said I was 23 and I felt like, I gotta get my life together. But you were 23. There's people who are 45.
And they probably got shit together.
Probably hear what you just said and they're like, oh shit, fuck, I gotta get my.
That would be cool if I do have an impact on that.
You have to at that point. I think that's super great because you'd be impacting a lot of young kids' lives as far as bullying, for that matter. Bullying, having to deal with all of that stuff. I was a part of that. I was a guy and. Dealing with my uncles kind of toughened me up, created a callus, but it still hurt, They were
cool.
Still hurt.
They were coolos.
But I started looking more into it, and a lot of the contracts get sold to companies, big companies, and that's how they make money. For the lunches, the kids' lunches. Yeah. So at that point, selling those contracts to meal prep people or shit like that,
just healthier alternatives,
so that they can have those healthier alternatives. Because if you really look at their menu, their menu involves fucking pizza for breakfast and fucking French toast sticks, cereal,
not
all that bullshit.
Some are healthy, some of the oatmeal, or they have eggs available or whatever.
So I guess it's choices.
Not the worst. It's not the worst. So that's something that I was looking into as well, the schools, how can I help the schools? Because what I can do with my major as well is go to schools and check to see that they're making all the health, what's it called? The health,
what?
mic a little.
What happened?
No.
Is it okay?
Yeah, we've been telling you.
She could.
Es que no me hace caso.
Sorry, I guess like I move like this a lot.
Just adjust it however you want.
I'm
Just
like
pull
this.
it
Whatever
over.
you want, Jovy.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
about a fist. That's about it. That's all you need.
Like this.
So
Right there, yeah, just making sure the schools are doing their health codes or meeting their health codes or whatever. I could do that too, but it's like way beyond that. Like I was talking to my mom about it, and my mom was like, "That's more federal. Like the federal level dictates what the schools can do."
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, it's just that's too complicated. You know what I mean? But right now, what I'm learning about is just
like parents teaching parents instead?
Teaching parents, exactly, because there's people that don't realize like how many health problems gonna occur if they don't have their kids eating right. And then like they're not gonna,
diabetes in young
like
kids.
it's huge.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
But you said something that is actually very true, because it's not that it's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is. It is generally cheaper to eat shittier.
It is, but it isn't. So when you look at like, okay, if you, let's say you, right, you go out to eat every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, and you go out to eat maybe 2-3 times a day, and it's just fast food.
Okay. Yeah.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Oh, my fucking abs.
Like you can do the math, right, and it comes out to X amount.
Yeah.
But now, let's say you go to, let's say you go to Walmart, right? It's very affordable there. You go to Walmart and you get like super good sales on like chicken, turkey, rice, like all these different things, fruits and veggies, right? That will
Covered
last
by
you.
food stamps, by the way.
There you
All
go,
that
food
stuff.
stamps. Yeah, you can like feed yourself for the next 4 or 5 days.
Fuck yeah,
And that
that is
amount
true.
of
Easy.
money that you will spend on those meal preps, that
is
is
true.
less expensive than you eating out every single day
Right.
for Monday through Friday, every single meal,
Fuck
right?
So maybe it's more the convenience
It's the convenience and the
Yeah.
knowledge that people don't have.
right.
You know what I mean?
$8 gets you a pack of chicken, and you can make about 10 meals out of that.
Yeah, you can for sure. I personally don't eat meat, so I'm not saying to do that.
No,
but
no,
like,
you're right.
anything
Oh, even
that you
veggies
want,
are
like,
cheaper.
No,
A
but-
bag of
Veggies,
fucking.
Well, like
dude, frozen, like, if you guys do frozen and frozen veggies and fruits, it's way more cost effective.
Yeah.
You're not
No,
spending
that's
as
true.
much money.
and you're
people,
feeling better too, which I think is like.
A big
If
thing.
you have more fruits and veggies?
Well,
Is that what
just to
you're saying?
eat healthy, to eat
Just eat
cleaner.
healthier, yeah.
You feel so
It's-
much better.
You feel different. You are what you eat. You literally are what you eat. Like there's energy in food.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
higher
of
the
course.
vibration of the energy of the food is, you will feel better. And it's the truth. Like vibrant colors, purple, red, yellow, orange. Like
Oh, wow.
when you start eating stuff
didn't
like
think about
that,
it
you
that
will
way.
feel better. It's the truth. Like
That's
so
true.
studying nutrition and like doing the certification opened my eyes a little more to what food actually is. It's
Yeah.
not just like something you fucking shove in your mouth. Like it's more than that.
Well, it's because people, I feel, nowadays it's like more eating for comfort. Like there's so
Oh
many
my
things
God.
that
Don't
people,
even get me started with
delicious
that.
things.
Stop.
That's not good. That's not safe.
what?
It's
Don't
not
even get
good.
me started
Delicious
with
things
that.
that have been invented, but we don't need to eat like Twinkies and shit like that.
Yeah,
Like,
let's
there's-
fry this Twinkie and then fry it again.
and it's
But-
like that
and there's-
sounds delicious,
it
but
does.
what do I need that? You know,
It's,
I
here's
don't.
the thing though, like I don't believe that you should not have a fried Twinkie. I think that you shouldn't have it every day of the
Excessive.
week. I think that you
Evita
should
el
have
exceso.
it once in a while, if that's something you like, or
Yeah, of
if you
course.
like, I don't know, if you like Pop-Tarts, have it once in a while,
yeah.
but like
No, I can attest
have
to, like-
better food choices.
I can attest to like how like just cutting like sugary drinks and stuff. I stopped eating soda. Like I drink a lot of like what's it called, sparkling water now and stuff like that. I don't know if you saw our podcast with Vincent Lopez. He's
Vincent
from
Lopes.
Trinity Lopez. He has his own like meal
I
prep.
saw
meals.
the girl
Okay.
Okay,
Well, sorry. No, well, I started getting meal prep meals from his company.
Oh, okay.
And it's not that expensive. Like we did the math too. Is like, looks, and we go out to Whataburger. Like it's gonna be more expensive to go to Whataburger, and
Yeah.
we're gonna feel like shit.
Yep.
And like these
Exactly.
meals, just eating those
Okay.
meals for like these past 2 weeks, like I feel so much better. Like I feel like I have
I
more
agree.
energy,
But-
and I'm sleeping better too.
Jovy, let's be honest.
What?
Enchiladas.
Oh, well, yeah,
tacos,
it's delicious.
Flautas.
chile relleno.
That's delicious.
It is.
So
I agree.
But not
I
every
agree.
day.
I think that's
He's not
like
saying
No,
that
I'm
it's
not
not
Hold on,
good.
saying not every day.
I'm saying
Okay, what do you
that's
say? What
a
do you say?
huge challenge. Like,
Of course.
For our community?
Yeah. So how do you think?
The Hispanic community?
Yeah. How do you think the best way to approach that problem is? Just the flavor. You know what I mean? Like a
Well, the
sazon.
Tradition.
It doesn't.
Like-
I mean, here's the thing: like, flavor it however you want, but just don't have that stuff all the time.
So you're saying moderation.
I'm saying moderation. Yeah, I'm not saying. So food isn't good or bad. Food is whatever you make it out to be. So if you have a Twinkie every once in a while, that's not a fucking big deal.
Yeah.
If you have it every day of the week,
That's
you
it.
will feel really bad. You
Right.
won't feel very good. Or if you wait till like Saturday or Friday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you eat all these freaking Twinkies or whatever junk food you want, that's when it's not so good because you're messing up your progress you made Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday, whatever it was.
So then,
not saying that stuff is bad. Just be careful with how much you have it, how often you have it.
So when you're trying to speak with these like parents and these people who have this culture, is that you think the main message you want to just deliver to them? Like, yeah, it's okay to still be making your tacos and el cometa or whatever, like all that good stuff, but just be mindful that, you know, it's going to have an effect on your body and maybe substitute some of those meals with.
So I mean, in the future, when I do talk to parents or whoever it is, like, excuse me. See, I'm telling you, I have freaking bricks today. I had a big meal before I came here. But
what was it?
It was tofu and it was chickpea pasta salad with veggies. It was super
I like
good.
chickpeas.
It was so good. But anyway, I think, you know what? When the time comes for that, I'll have a better way of saying things. I think that's something I'm still learning. What I think part of my, not issue, but problem is like, and I was telling, so the gym that I train at is called Elevate, right? The owner's name is Mark and Amy. Mark is one of the, shout out to Elevate Gym. Mark is one of the people who I do look up to a lot, and I told him this the other day because we did like a little nutrition seminar for a group here in El Paso. It was my first time doing that, by the way, so it was crazy. It was awesome though. But I told him, you know what, Mark, I feel like my problem is like I have so much I want to say, but I don't know how to say it. And he's like, he's like, you're right. And I told him, I was like, I think I realize it. Like, I do realize that, so that's good.
Yeah.
I'm not like, if, let's say, Mark were to tell me that, like, Jovy, like, you have a lot you want to say, but you don't know how to say it. I'm not going to be like, no, that's not true. Like, I know that. I'm aware of that. So I think as my, you know, as the months go by, as the years go by, I'll learn how to say what I want to say better. And at the point where I do talk to communities and parents and stuff like that, I'll know how I want to say it.
Just
articulation.
Articulation
You
and
need to
just
put yourself in
saying
that situation.
That, but also it's just the way that I say it. Like, I need to be more simple in the way I describe things because people that don't know about health and about how to make good choices, they're going to be like, what?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They'll just be like, oh,
it's gonna be like
you know,
another language to them. So I need to learn how to be more simple with my terms and just be like, look, this is that, and that's it. Boom.
Well, also because people don't want to like. I can already imagine like some of the people like as soon as you start telling them it's because like you're not supposed to eat this. Cochino, no voy a comer eso. Está loca, no le hagas caso.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I already know
culture,
you're gonna get some pushback for sure.
I might get some pushback, but here's the thing: I'm not gonna be pushing my services onto people or
Yeah.
pushing my like seminars onto people. It's
yeah.
gonna be like, hey, this is a free seminar. You want to come? You can learn. And here's the thing too. This is what I think that I have that's a little bit different from others in El Paso. I think that people involved in like health, like the health department. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I don't really see a lot of fit people. In the health, I'm not being a dick, but it's the truth.
Right.
Like, I don't see a lot of fit, healthy people. So, and it's not just fitness. It's like way more than that.
Practice what you preach.
It's like, why am I going to listen to somebody that's not the best in shape or that's not healthy looking? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
So I think that
Cindy,
since I do practice what I preach, like, I think that I'm going to be heard a little bit more, to be honest with you.
Definitely.
That's what I think I have that's a little bit different.
100%.
Okay.
No, and
That's
I
just
wanted to
what I
go
do.
back because I really like what you're talking about, finding your passion, finding what you want.
Yeah.
So it seems like you have a general idea, right?
Yes.
And as you're working towards it, what are some things that that you've been doing to like get there, or like you're saying you're going to school? Or you're doing
Yes,
stuff.
that's huge.
So, but do you already have like a clear goal of
it's getting clear. It's still a little fuzzy, but I think that as I learn more in school what I'm able to do with this degree, it's becoming more and more clear to me about how I want to do
because that's one of the most difficult things I think in life. Like, you're born and then you're like going through like, what do I like? What do I do? And then it's like a certain age comes around, it's like, I should already have shit figured out, like what's happening. And
you
then,
think that to yourself.
Yeah,
you're like,
and then you're like, but I still don't know. So it's so difficult for people sometimes to find their passion, find their goals, and they get stuck in jobs that they don't like, or they get stuck doing something they don't like. So do you have any advice for people?
Maybe. I think that you have to be reasonable. Here's the thing. If you have a house or if you have an apartment or you have a place you live at, you need to pay the bills, right? So there might be a time in your life where you don't like your job. Guess what? You might have to stick it out a little bit more. Because I'm not saying like, oh, go quit your job because pursue your passion. It's like, no, if you have kids too, it's like you got to feed them, right? So you have to be reasonable with that. So I think that if you have like, you know, your side job or whatever, or your main job, but you do something on the side that you enjoy, that you love. So if you're a musician, right, and you love playing the guitar, like that is your passion and you're really fucking good at it too, then start doing things on the side like uploading to Instagram, uploading to TikTok, putting it on YouTube. Put yourself out there, especially with so many free platforms that we have, and maybe you know, you'll get certain sponsorships with time. Maybe you'll get certain opportunities or certain gigs in your city, wherever you are.
Like at least do something.
Do something to push your passion out there and make sure you're letting, like you have an outlet for that. Like you love to play or whatever, but still keep your job because that's what pays the bills. Like you gotta be real. You know what I mean?
Creating opportunities more than like creating.
Because I feel like part of the reason why people follow you is because you're chasing the dream. You know what I mean? You're doing the thing that people are too afraid to do.
Well, I think it's because honestly, I think it's because she's been consistent with it.
Yeah.
She's still been going at it.
Dude. It goes back to that.
Like we were talking before you got here, Jovy's been going at it since if you know about gyms, you know about the James Watt AP Fitness. You know about the Sick Fucks. You know, like Sun City back in the day. Jovy's been competing when Sun City started coming around, Sun City Regional. And you're still going at it. I know people that try to go at it, but then they fall out. They kind of lose steam. They kind of lose vision. Even though it's blurry, like you still it feels right.
Yeah.
So I think that's the main thing that a lot of people are attracted to. And
thank you.
That's another thing that I wanted to ask you is what has kept you going? Like, because like I said, I've followed you since then. What has kept you going and not like think like this is fucking stupid?
That's
like,
a huge thing, dude.
Do you mean competing wise or what do you mean?
Well, not competing
I know
wise,
exactly.
Like what motivates you to just keep pushing through all the hardship, through
following
failures,
that fitness. Because it's a lot. It was a big thing at that point here in El Paso. Like everybody wanted to be either an IFBB pro or wanted to do this, their own company, blah blah blah. But a lot of people, you've seen them like just disappear, fall off the map. What has kept you going?
Hold on, can I just add a real quick sorry. Because I know throughout the journey, there's been things you failed at. There have been things that you didn't get and stuff.
Like
and I think that's what Oscar's trying to get at. And I think that's when people get discouraged when they get that first stumble and they're like,
oh man, that's a weak person.
Yeah, so that's what I want.
I'm not trying to be mean,
that's
but
what Oscar's trying to
I think that's a weak person, a weak-minded person, or just an unexperienced person. So I think that maybe they need that little like fall or stumble to get back up.
Yeah, but you were inexperienced at a certain point. So I mean, what like made you like cut from a different cloth? Like
I think I was just born that way, and I think that everything I do in my life, I do what makes me happy. I don't do anything that does not make me happy or that doesn't go in line with what I believe in, if that makes sense. So I think what's kept me going is that I love it. I love what I do.
Oh, that's awesome. Good. So just see.
I love what I do.
Yeah, that's a beautiful motivation.
Beyond Instagram, beyond Instagram fame,
or anything,
beyond anything else that could come.
I think that I just really like what I do. Yeah.
Good.
So it's easy for you to keep doing it, no matter if you fail.
It's not easy.
No, but I mean, like, it's easy for you to stay motivated. Is what I'm saying.
No.
Like, no.
That was, no, I'm being serious.
Damn it! I thought you had it all. So what you're saying? I was just.
So what you're saying is no. I'm saying I love what I do. So I would say that's the easiest thing. Or that's what makes it easy for me because I love what I do. Yeah, but I'm not saying that it's easy for me to stay motivated. I think what keeps me going is like my clients. Like I can't let them down. What I was sharing before you got here was, or maybe you were already here. I was saying that I've been like sick, like health-wise, for the past like I don't know, like year or so.
Okay.
But it's been about a year. And it's been like probably the lowest point of my health.
Okay.
The lowest point of my health
how
ever
have
in my
you
life.
felt though? How have you felt?
Chronic fatigue.
Like
really tired all the time. I have a lot of anxiety. I don't have anxiety. Like naturally, like I don't have anxiety. That's not how I am. Yeah. But lately, like I've had a lot of anxiety.
Do you mind sharing what's
I'm not. I don't mind sharing it. No, I'm very open about this. Like even yesterday, like I mean, if you guys want to check me out on my Instagram, if you can make it, because I don't know if it's disappeared by now, but I was discussing just how anxious I am to get my implants out because I'm getting my implants removed in the next few months. My surgery's already booked. It's not going to be here in El Paso. It's out of town. But I'm getting my implants removed. It's just been a huge health, a really, really big health deterrent. Is that the right word? Health deterrent. For me.
Sounds good.
It's been a health issue for me. So my implants have really made me sick, and I've just been getting like worse. So that for me right now in my life has been the
hardest thing.
Oh my god, it's been like the hardest thing, man.
Is this common for people? Like, is this
not everybody? Not everybody.
I've heard of it happening.
So your
before.
body's like rejecting them.
Basically, your body's rejecting it. So it depends on your immune system. It depends on a lot of factors. It depends on your genetics, all these different things. But my immune system is so like low and weak right now that it's just like my body's like, what the fuck are these things and why are they here? So it's causing me other issues because they're trying to fight. You know what's in my body.
Right. Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
You hear it happen
so
a lot of
crazy.
like organ transplants or skin grafts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
sometimes your body
you hear about a lot of
body's
things.
like, nope, this is not.
Yeah,
even dental implants. Dental implants, IUD, so like the birth control when women have babies and they want the birth control, they put the little like it's like that. It's like a T, and the IUD or whatever.
Like a grappling hook.
Yeah, it looks like crazy. But that messes with you, like anything like metal that's putting your body.
Yep.
So then your body's basically having an
allergic
reaction
to it.
Yeah,
and that's affecting other aspects of your
health.
health.
Oh yeah, big time.
Okay.
I've never felt like this before.
In
ever
what way?
in my life.
Like
that's what I'm saying. Chronic fatigue.
Okay.
I'm in pain. Like my breasts are really like they hurt. Like for real. Like if you guys want to know, like that's part of the issue. It's just I don't feel like myself.
Your
you know
cells
what I mean?
are basically being attacked by your immune system.
I think so. Yeah, my body's fucking attacking itself. Yeah,
Fucking
I get sick like that. Like every single month, I've been getting sick since like last August. I'm gonna say every month I've been getting sick.
Is the process that simple to just take them out, or is there some type of immunity
you have
therapy
to
or
find a good surgeon who specializes in explant surgery. Implants are when you get the implants put in. Explant is when you get the breast implants
You're fucking
out.
with the muscle tissue at this point as
Depending
well, right?
on how you have the implants in. If you have them over the muscle, under the muscle, which
did you
I have
get 'em?
under the muscle. So mine are really stuck to my ribs. They're gonna have to scrape my fucking ribs.
Because it heals,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Doesn't it like
Hijo de la
heal?
chingada.
Basically heals over it, right? Or
It
something
heals
like
over it, and then your body forms a capsule around the implant.
Like
Calcified.
Calcifies with
shit.
that. Oh shit.
Yeah, so you have to find a really, really good surgeon. So once you check that off, then you know you reach out to them or several of them wherever you can find one, because we have a bunch throughout the United States. So you find one, you ask questions, you get the prices, you have a consultation, make sure that you feel comfortable with that surgeon.
Yeah.
Once you do that, then you can either pay for it or start making payments or do like if you want to do a credit card, whatever. I'm doing cash. Like I'm like.
Bam.
Like I don't want to be in debt over this.
Nah,
so every
fuck
month
with-
I make payments. Every month I make payments.
Good.
And it's not fucking cheap. And that's what I want to make I want to make people very aware. So when you get implants in, they're about $5,000 to $6,000, okay? Maybe $5,000 to $6,000. When you get your implants out, get this. They could be about $15,000, $20,000, $25,000.
Do you know why it's so much more
Yes,
expensive?
because
it's a
you
serious
need to do
procedure.
it right. It's a very serious procedure.
Okay.
You have to get the capsule around the implant out at the same time.
Right.
It cannot be left in because guess what? You will still be sick.
Yeah.
Because all that dead cell is still like.
I mean, I don't know what it's dead or alive or what the fuck, but I mean, it needs to come out. Like I said, like the implants, if you have them under the muscle like me, they could be like on your ribs. You could have mold in there that you don't even know about. I might have mold in my body right now. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I've seen different surgeries.
What I wanted to know is,
crazy,
after they remove them, though,
Yes.
is there still continuous things you have to do afterwards?
So in that sense, depending on how fast you want to detox and how serious your illness is, how many years you've had the illness, how many months, depends on your body. It depends on your immune system. Sometimes you just let your body take its natural course. You know what I mean? Or there's some girls. No, not that, because that's gonna fuck you up even more. So antibiotics mess with your gut health, and they mess with a lot of things. So you have to be careful with that. But I'm gonna say very simple things. Maybe doing like an infrared sauna. It's different from a regular sauna. Infrared saunas help detox you heavy metals, right? So maybe do the sauna every week, stuff like that.
What material is the implant made? Is it silicone?
Oh my gosh, dude! It's a huge list of.
It's a bunch of stuff.
It's a huge list.
Because they make it seem so simple.
Periodic
No,
table.
it's right, for real. It's like, it's a lot of stuff. It's not just 3 ingredients. It's like toxic
sugar, spice, and everything.
It's a toxic chemical soup.
Are you gonna keep them?
Am I gonna keep them?
Like
Yeah.
in a jar?
They give them to me. So I might keep them. I don't know what
You
I'll
can
do with
even use
them.
it like in a public speaking. You can use it.
Dude, like whip
A
them out.
visual aid?
That's shocking.
They're like in a bag. Una bolsa de Walmart. It's fucking dripping and shit. Dude, I remember when they took a spinal fluid out of me. I was like, I want to see it. And the guy was like, what? And he's like, can I see it?
Oh my god.
Because I was hunched over and I'm like, can I see it? And he goes, what? And he's like, can I see the fluid when you take it out? And he's like, I guess.
What did it look like?
Like water.
Like
it was just
water. Clear.
Órale.
But you like
Agüita.
That's very interesting.
If you ever had a needle stuck into the back of your spinal cord and then sucked out the fluid, it's not fun.
So
anyway,
do you feel like you got your implants to make a bigger stride in the fitness industry? Is that why you got them, or
I always wanted them since I was little. I was like, oh my gosh, I hate having little boobs. Like I want my.
I was about to say that.
So it wasn't.
But how did you know about that, or who told you about that?
Because you fucking see magazines, you see actresses.
No, but how did you know that there was such a procedure, or did somebody tell you?
No, wait, to get the boobs.
No, when you were little.
To get them in.
You were just
I'm
like.
telling you see
that
like
was a
models,
thing back
you
then,
see
wait?
actresses.
Right.
Okay, so girls have it so much more difficult in the sense of beauty, in the sense of looks.
Yeah.
We have it really,
100%.
really, really hard. So you know about things from a young age. So I knew about like breast implants, and I was like, I really want them. Like I want to have big boobs. So ever since I was a little girl, maybe I just thought ahead. I always wanted to be older than what I was. I always hung out with older people. I was ahead of my age. Does that make sense? But yeah, I would just see actresses and models, and I wanted to have boobs, and I told myself one day I will get them done. And for sure, like when I was at Sick Fuck, I said I'm gonna get my boobs done one day.
Damn.
And I got them done, and guess what? I'm sick now, so fuck.
Actually, like, my mom went through the same thing.
Really?
She got, not
hers.
exactly
Hers were bad. Huh?
No, her. She had the same like idea, like, oh, I want to have big boobs.
Right.
But she waited till she was like 45 or whatever. So maybe for her it was a little easier because I guess they've already like sagged a little bit. So it was like.
She has all that extra skin.
I'm not talking shit about my mom. So like.
From what I hear,
it's not necessarily that. It's your immune system to begin with.
Oh no, but I mean like no, she didn't have.
But
any,
I understand.
She didn't have any issue with the implants.
I understand.
So for her, it was a good experience for her. She was happy with it. Great. She was good with it. But going back to that, the whole like I wanted to have big boobs. I wonder if it's similar to guys because for us, dick size is like. The most important thing, regardless,
I understand.
like regardless of whether you have a good sized penis or whatever. But like growing up, I don't know if it's pornography or whatever.
Yeah.
But you're just always like unsatisfied with your penis. You're like, oh man, I wish it was big.
I think that definitely has an effect on it for sure. Yeah. I think for sure, like porn, will definitely make a guy
askew
think about his like. Dick size, and he might think also like how he treats a girl in bed, how he thinks girls want to be treated in bed.
Your mind
it fucks with you, it's really bad
See,
in
like,
that sense.
For me, I
get it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm very lucky that my girlfriend, like we have a great sex life, and
That's
like
great.
I don't worry about my penis size or anything like that.
Good.
So I was lucky enough at a young age to find a person who gave me that confidence and security, right? So, but I can.
That's so sweet. Like, no, I'm serious. That's
no, but
sweet.
thank you.
We cuddle up and cry afterwards.
This is the process of the podcast. You can join us afterwards if you like to cry. Just kidding. No, but what was I thinking? Oh yeah. So, but I can imagine another person who wasn't lucky enough like me, and maybe they have a good sized penis or whatever, but they happened to go with the wrong person, or something happened, and someone talked shit, and it was like, oh, he had a little dick, or he couldn't.
That could have
and
an
that's
effect on
traumatic.
that.
Like for a person, like your whole life, you probably go thinking, no matter whatever happens, no matter how many compliments you get afterwards, you're always gonna be like,
it might mess with you. And if there was ever a thing where like, there's the things such as Viagra, but like, let's just say there was a permanent solution to like increase your dick size. Like imagine there was like a pill that you but like forever, like you have a huge ass dick. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like when it does its job, it's like bigger than what it is right now. I'm sure you guys maybe would be like, yeah, I'll take that pill, and it has no like health effects that you know of. You're like,
God
yeah,
damn.
I'll probably do it.
I think everybody.
No, because like you just want to make your better.
To make it a little bit. Sorry.
You just want to make yourself better in any way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So, but I could get what you're saying as far as that goes. But I think girls have it way harder when it comes to like looks and beauty and stuff like that. Like
I wanted
so
to
many
ask
things.
you because I mean, for you, like. It's not like someone's gonna be when you're young, like, oh, I love the size of your boobs, like they're perfect. You know what I mean? You're confident, like so.
People did tell me that,
and it still affected you.
Still affected me because I don't. Here's the thing, like even now to this day, like I still get like DMs. Like yesterday, so many DMs, people saying like, well, I love the way you look before your boobs or whatever. Or, like, and I'm like, thanks.
But it was internal.
It was and then one guy was like, I hope it wasn't a guy that made you get your boobs. I'm like, first of all,
it wasn't you, bitch.
No. It was like, no, I told the guy, thank you for being sweet, but I do whatever the fuck I want. Nobody told me to get my boobs done. It was my choice, my decision, and I did not do my research. So guess what? I'm paying the price now.
So what do you think was the biggest influence that made you have that idea in your mind?
She said
like you were seeing magazines or something?
I just wanted big boobs. I didn't feel like a woman. I felt like a little girl.
That's what my old lady tells me.
I felt like a little girl. Yeah,
that's what my old lady tells me, that she just feels like she's still a little girl because she doesn't have the big boobs. And her mom used to like line them up. Like her bigger sister, her older sister, and her younger sister, and then compare boobs.
Oh shit!
That's messed up.
That's traumatic.
That's traumatic.
It's like us lining each other up and comparing dick sizes.
No, but even then, I don't think it's the same.
Even then,
for the way guys compare our physiques to the way girls compare to each other, it's completely different. Because even if I see a dude with a huge hog, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I could do. No, like you know what I mean? Like it's more like if I see Oscar and I was like, oh, he's got some pretty big arms. Like, man, maybe I could get a little bit of big arms. To me, that's what it is. But I never saw somebody's big ass hog and be like, "Oh, I wish I had a big."
I think it's just the.
I don't know. I think it's different
for guys.
It's just your own like how confident you are and
how confident you are, how you were brought up. Your parents make a huge have a huge effect on that for the most part. But I think it's just you as a person. Because there's girls I know with like little boobs and they're so happy. Like they're like, no, I'm good. Like blah blah. Girls are bitches. Well, it has nothing to do with them, like in their boob size, though.
No. I'm saying like to each other.
Oh, to each other. I was like, well, we're all bitches in our own way, guys or girls. But it could be that. But I mean, the thing is, like, who you surround yourself with is really important. So if you're a girl and you're around bitches, like mean girls, you're gonna have a different view of yourself, and you're gonna want, I don't know, different things than like myself. I have a very healthy relationship with my friends.
Yeah.
Very small circle, so there's that too. I don't have anybody putting me down.
Oh, that's good.
But I think it stems down to your self-confidence. So I'm going to say maybe I wasn't as confident when I had smaller boobs because I didn't feel very feminine.
Okay.
But besides implants, there's also like fat transfer. So I think that's a lot more safe and natural.
Okay.
So I am going to do that. So what's going to happen is my surgeon, who is, his name's Dr. Spivak. He has an Instagram page called Sculpt, at Sculpt with the Q. Okay. So Sculpt is located in Beverly Hills. Now they they specialize in breast explant surgery, breast detox, and fat transfer. So they do not do anything silicone related. They're a silicone-free environment. So what's going to happen with me is in a few months, I'm going to go, and I will be awake during this procedure. They will take out fat from my stomach here and my sides, and they're gonna put it into my boobs all over on both titties, and then they're gonna roll me into a room, and then they're gonna put me to sleep, and then they're gonna remove my implants.
Interesting. So how does that work? I know, because all I'm picturing is like, sweet, I'm gonna go eat some butter bars and.
That's no, I mean, I am, because I have been gaining a little bit of weight, but since I have the Arnold in a couple weeks, I'm gonna like do a little bit more cardio, so I don't look that bad. Because when you go to the Arnold and those expos, it's no fucking joke. You can't be looking like bad. You can't be looking fat from a fitness model standpoint. You can't look bad. You have to feel good and be ready for pictures, you know? So anyways, do a little bit more cardio. But about 6 to 8 weeks out from my surgery, I will gain more weight. And the only place I gain it, to be honest, guys, is like my stomach. My arms, my legs, like I don't.
What percentage?
It's just, it's not a percentage thing. It's not a percentage thing. It's just gain like 5 to 7 pounds or 5 to 10 pounds over your weight, and it's gonna help. Because for me, I don't have a lot of fat. I really don't. So my surgeon told me, like, 6 to 8 weeks out, gain some weight, gain a little bit more weight.
Yeah, there you go. Do you have like a list?
It's just more calories. It's
not. So you're just gonna increase what you already like. Yeah. Just more tofu and more.
Just more of everything and a little bit less cardio.
Okay.
Like right now, I'm gonna up my cardio. More carbs, more everything. More fats, carbs, protein. Yeah, everything.
Carbs, all the carbs.
I think that's a smart way.
But I already eat a lot of carbs.
What is your favorite carb?
Because you don't want to eat a bunch of crap.
Favorite carb?
My favorite carb right now of this moment is probably the chickpea pasta.
Chickpea pasta?
From Eat Nourish.
Eat Nourish. Shout out.
Those are my meal prep sponsors. They're amazing. Thank you, Robert.
They're vegetarian, right?
They have plant-based options. They have a lot of plant-based options.
Are they the only ones that do that?
No, there's other companies.
Because I went to Fit Meals or some shit like that. I can't remember. But they didn't have plant-based.
Not a lot in El Paso do.
Yeah, not a lot of
I'm going to say like 2 or 3. But I'm going to say the good ones are like Eat Nourish, and then my friend, his company is called Grown Together. He's amazing. Like, they have all vegan. That is awesome. They do a great job.
Vegan is really good. I'll tell you what. I went vegan when I'm not really vegan, like pescatarian.
Okay,
I went pescatarian for like a good 2 months, and I felt good. I felt wonderful.
You were telling us.
My gut bacteria was really good.
Yeah.
That was the main thing because I have a lot of intestinal problems. That's why I don't eat a lot of red meat. Because it does me no good to eat red meat. So pescatarian really did wonders for me. So
It's awesome.
if you really want to do pescatarian or vegetarian, like it's fucking awesome.
I think everyone should try different types of diets, and you should try what works or see what works for you.
Fish don't feel pain, so you can just eat it.
They do.
I'm just joking.
Honestly, I feel bad for eating fish, but I do, and like that's just my lifestyle right now. But anyway, yeah.
We can eat bugs. I would eat bugs for sure, because they say like you can
Los
make
tacos
like
crickets.
Like 100 crickets take up less or consume or produce less CO2 than like one cow or something.
Who wants to eat 100 crickets though?
If they're fried, you just said it yourself. But if you make it right, you can eat whatever.
They have cricket protein.
It's good for you.
They have
good protein. Yeah, it's good protein.
Powder. Yeah, they have that.
You wouldn't do it?
Some cricket protein pancakes?
Probably not.
Like if they're like, hey, everybody needs to stop eating cows right now. We're gonna start making some cricket patties.
I mean, if we had no other choice in this fucking world,
and you won't even notice the difference.
If I had no other choice, then I would do it.
Just close your eyes. Be like,
I don't eat cow right now, so that's fine.
Oh, there you go.
Like,
see,
yeah,
I haven't eaten meat for like 3 years.
Chicken either.
3 years?
It's been I haven't had chicken, steak, anything
I think,
for like 3
I
years.
think vegetarian and pescatarian diets are really good for women. I think they are.
Why do you say just women?
Now, I'm not saying just women, but I think it's good for women.
Okay.
Because I think it's just the Hispanic diet.
Yeah.
Like my mother, she suffers a lot from her thyroid problems.
Yeah.
And digestive problems. But I think it's just the Hispanic diet.
Yeah.
But most of the women that I like, my sister, she has digestive problems, like all of that good stuff, and I cannot tell them enough to eat more fruits, more veggies, a probiotic, digestive enzymes, but they're not gonna really care for it.
Dude, I know Mexican
Well, they're not gonna care
vegetarians
for it. No, I don't know. They need to wake up, dude.
Yeah.
They do. They really need to wake up. Like, this is their health.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just hard to change.
This is
people's
2020.
minds.
Move on.
Well, it's because bad habits die hard.
2020, move on.
I think
It's done deal.
From what Oscar was saying, since you've been studying diet and nutrition,
Oh, yeah.
do you realize
How scary is that?
that there are differences in male and female? Because I do understand that females are better at digesting carbohydrates than males.
You know what? I don't know about that, but what I can tell you as far as like what I'm learning right now, because I haven't dived that deep into it, but like for my nutrition coaching certification, that one, what I learned like today, for example, was that women need a little bit more iron than men do. Why? Because we have a monthly or menstrual period. Yeah. So we need more iron for that reason. Guys naturally apparently produce more iron. That's just how it is. So they need less, we need more. So I'm going to say in that sense, that's what I know that women need more of. As far as the carb intake, I don't know about that, but what I can say is it all depends on a person's body, male or female. You can be carb sensitive, fat sensitive, lactose sensitive. So it depends on every person's unique body and what kind of enzymes your body produces.
So when you're developing a diet plan or a workout plan for an individual, what are some things you focus on to make sure that it's tailored to their needs?
So what I'm gonna say right now is, as far as like nutrition or nutritional guidance with my clients, I like to keep a well-rounded diet. So I don't like to recommend anything like, I don't say, oh, you have to get on a paleo diet, you have to get on the keto diet. Like, I don't say that. What I do is I analyze how a person eats. From there, I make changes necessary. There's some people that do really, really well. They don't need that many changes from me. Maybe up their protein a little bit, maybe, and then go from there. There's other people that need to seriously like increase their fruits, their veggies. They need to include something else. They need to up their protein, and they need to lower their carbs. And then people, for the most part, don't understand how to pair foods. So have some girls doing like, let's say, oatmeal and 2 pieces of bread for their breakfast. Where's the protein? You know what I mean? So like very simple changes that people can make go a long way. So I do that for everybody. As far as like diet plans, I have to be very careful with that because I'm not a dietitian. Dietitians are the ones that are allowed to do that, and you have to be a registered dietitian. So I have to be very careful with how I word things. So I do more nutritional guidance, right? Now, as far as like the workout plans, it does depend on the person. I have a lot of people that are beginners, lots of people with injuries, so I have to be very careful with them. From the way they warm up to the way that they cool down and stretch at the end, it's huge. So there might be a person that comes in that's doing, a lower body focused day, but she has a really bad back. Well, guess what? We got to be careful. We can't be doing loaded barbell squats, obviously, things that compress their back. What if I have a person with a hernia, right? Like one of my clients has a hernia right now, so we have to be very careful with him. He's an amazing client, by the way.
Yeah.
Always pushes hard. We were talking about
Shout him
this.
out.
Yeah, his name's Mike. He's amazing. I can't really include his Instagram page or whatever, but yeah, his name is Mike, and he's dope. He's great. He has a very, very stressful occupation. He works for the city, and I don't want to say what he does, but very, very demanding job, and he just always pushes really, really hard, and he does have injury after injury, but we've been working through it, so
good.
Yeah, he does a really, really good job.
So you do a lot of recovery with him?
We do a lot of, we work out, we work hard. Everybody does functional.
Everybody does functional.
Everybody, especially the way they warm up. So I'm gonna say that, like with my clients, they do a lot of dynamic warm ups. So stretches while you're moving. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So warming up the body in that way versus like, oh, give me 10 minutes on the treadmill.
Right.
All right, cool. Now let's start. It's not like that with me. Yes, you will do the treadmill once in a while, like maybe the Stairmaster once in a while, but for the most part, it's a lot of dynamic, functional work to warm up the body properly.
Yeah. Warm up the ligaments and the joints
Everything,
and
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's big, especially when you're like just weightlifting, like just straight up bodybuilding. You don't take into consideration how good it is to foam roll, to stretch, to take your time before and after.
It's because it's a whole
you
process,
get stiff,
dude.
It is, but it's important. Like think about your in the long run.
Yeah.
Your body at 85 years old is gonna thank you for being
like
that
when I
way.
see guys loading up the leg press. And I'm like, okay, dog.
I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday who she's like, I'm having such a hard time like getting my diet and like fitness in check.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, let's go through your day, like what's going on or whatever. And then she starts telling me, and she's like, well, yeah, when I get out of work, it's like a 45-minute drive home because of traffic and there all this stuff. And she's like, and during that time, she's like, my motivation and drive just like I just get tired.
Find a different time to go to the gym.
Yeah. So
or
like,
work out at home.
Drink pre-workout in between.
Yeah, dude.
On your drive over there
too.
and put some fucking Rammstein. Boo.
That too.
Yeah, but I think that's
what
a
I do.
huge problem that people have. They get out of work and they're just like, no quiero hacer nada. Like I just want to
But
lay in the house.
that's them. You know what I mean? So if you can't work out after work, then work out before or work out at home. Like no one's telling you have to drive 45 minutes in traffic before you go to work out. No, I'm being serious.
No,
Find a different time you can work out. Find a gym close to your house or work out at home in the mornings.
Is that how you approach your clients? Like you just kind of
give
it straight to them?
Find different
I try.
avenues, different ways of
I
reaching.
try. Like I think that everybody can make a sacrifice in their life to get fit in whatever way they can. And I try to be honest with my clients.
You just
kind of
give it to them. Just
I
this
try.
is how it is.
I do try.
And how do they respond to that often?
Well, a lot of them love it.
Yeah.
They're like, thank you so much for being honest.
Yeah.
There's some people that don't understand. Like, there's people that like want results now, and it's like, well, it's gonna take some time. Like, especially depending on if they have injuries, depending on if they sleep like shit. If they're sleeping 3 hours, 4 hours a night.
That's a big one.
Sleep is big.
Sleep is like one of the biggest factors in your progress, in your health, your mental well-being, so many things. So there's just people that don't necessarily understand and they don't want to continue because they think that they should be seeing like crazy fucking results right now. It's like, dude, it takes time, especially like if you don't have a lot of fat to lose and you just have to like tighten up or gain like muscle mass, it's gonna take time. Like some people don't understand that. So I think that it's just like that. But for the most part, everyone like they understand that I'm pretty straightforward and they're like, I love it. Thank you. You know what I mean?
So in the beginning, maybe they're a little bit like, it's agüitan or whatever, but then they understand that it's true. Like this is what you gotta do.
Not everybody. It also depends on the person's like lifestyle and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or if they get hurt, or if they have something that comes in the way of like being consistent. Being consistent is something huge.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. You have to
stick
be consistent.
things through. Because nowadays, I like to think of life as like a cable. Or like when you have satellite, back in the day it was like you have like 3-4 channels, but nowadays it's like you have so many choices, so many things, so many decisions.
Which is cool.
It's the best time to live.
Yeah.
It's the best time to live because you could do whatever you want. I mean, shit, we could probably do this for a living one of these days, and who would have thought? That's one of the avenues that we could have taken.
You could,
but
definitely.
We have to stick it out because we quit tomorrow. We're like, it's too hard. We're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
It's like you've been grinding for 6 years and it was hard.
7.
It was 7.
7.
It was an
Don't forget that last year.
7
Actually,
years. It didn't even work.
Oh man,
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
So 7 years. Like, a feeling of tweaking it and an uphill battle.
Yeah.
If you had just quit after the first week, that's it. We wouldn't have had the same review.
I wanted to ask you if throughout the process of also being perseverant towards this goal, have you found other stuff that you're like, oh man, I'm kind of passionate about this too, and it maybe draws away from like the goal that you originally had? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, is there something else
really.
that
hobbies,
or have you been just consistent on this?
No, I've been pretty consistent in this.
Yeah.
Like, I think health and fitness and wellness and stuff, it's something that it's been pretty steady for me.
Yeah.
I think.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think that there's been other things in the past that I tried. Like, for example, I tried out for like UTEP cheerleading. I sucked ass. I did not make it because that's not my thing. That's not what I'm good at, right? So I think that I've tried different things like that. It just didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it didn't because I'm still on this journey right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think later on, if I have more time, I want to do stuff like, for example, I used to play the piano and I miss that. I want to learn how to play the guitar one day. I want to learn how to play the drums.
How hard is the piano? But it's just curious.
I mean, it's just like anything. When you're first learning, it's frustrating. You know what I mean? But once you get it, then it's fun. So stuff like that, like I want to try to incorporate in my daily routine.
Yeah.
But besides that, no. Like I think that I've been pretty consistent.
This fitness stuff. Like this is your passion.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's my life.
Yeah.
Basically, so.
No, that's exciting. Yeah, because I was curious because, like for me, I don't know if it's just, but I find myself interested in so many things, and I'm just like, I have a hard time
good.
dividing my time.
I think that's
between
That's
good.
good as
everything,
well.
You can
Jack
keep
of all
trying.
trades. Yeah.
Keep trying to discover what you love the most, and the one that you love the most, the one that you're good at the most out of all those things, pursue that a little bit more head on.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with being good at different things. I just think it's very rare and very difficult. I think that once you like are doing all these different crazy things, it gets tough to know what you're really good at. So that's the only thing. But I mean, we're human. We're free to do whatever we want, and you just figure it out.
What drew you to the whole cheerleading stuff?
Well, I think that like since I was little, I loved like gymnastics and cheerleading and stuff, and I think that because one of my older cousins, Ariana, she's not that much older. She's like 1 year older. She's like not even fucking. I don't know why I said older cousin. Sorry, Ariana, if you're watching this. No, but like my cousin, like she was in cheer. Her little sister was in cheer, and it just made me want to do that. So I think that's
How many times have you seen Bring It On?
a lot.
That's a good movie.
I love
dude.
that movie.
I
I like the one with. I was like, I'm not gonna lie.
I also like the one with Hayden Panettiere. Was that
Hayden
the third one?
Panettiere. Hayden Panettiere.
Say it right,
third
Greg.
one
God
or
damn
the-
it.
Is she the third one? She was
I
in
don't know.
something.
I
The
just
one
know
where
the
she
first
goes
one.
to
yeah.
I just know the
It
first
with
was-
Rihanna in it.
The girlfriend.
Remember, remember Rihanna was the judge?
No.
Oh,
Then
see?
I haven't seen that full one, but I've seen Hayden Panettiere.
Who was the girl
movies.
from the first one? From the very first one?
Kristen Dunst.
Kristen
no,
Dunst,
no.
Gabriella
La
Union.
Mexicana.
What?
Yeah,
that the right movie?
I don't think she's Mexican.
No,
but
she's not.
okay.
I know who you're talking about.
I think she's like Italian. Or
Yeah.
something.
She was
I
like
know.
my first crush ever.
Oh,
dude.
what's her name?
She was my crush too.
Which
I
one?
love
She's
her.
hot.
The
I love
brunette?
her.
Yeah,
she
the
was like the
brunette.
one with the attitude.
Yeah.
She was like a
Oh.
bitch, and she was like in gymnastics.
But she was good.
She
Yes.
was
knew
in
what
that
she was
show,
doing.
Yeah.
Dollhouse.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know her name.
I don't have my phone. I'm failing
She's,
at my job. That's my job to look up stuff.
She's Eliza Dushko or something
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
Yes.
Like
yes.
a douche girl?
Yes.
Douche.
Yeah,
remember-
it is that one.
Oscar,
Yeah.
one time, let me tell you, just because I'm making fun of Oscar. One time, we're talking about the movie New Girl. Or sorry, not the movie, the show.
The show?
I
Yeah,
fucked up
New
right there.
Girl, uh-huh.
And then it's like, oh, dude, I love that
This
girl.
channel?
I love
beautiful,
Zoe
dude.
this channel.
She's
Zoe
a beautiful
Deschanel.
woman.
The Chanel.
I love her big blue eyes.
Chanel.
You know, her
she's
so
sister,
pretty.
her sister's in
Her
Bones.
sister's
Emily.
beautiful.
does
Yeah.
She's some boners.
And
Yeah.
boners.
Earlier, you were talking
You
about.
guys are such guys.
Oh, yeah. It's testosterone.
I
is-
went from like doing the podcast with my friend Elia till now all this fucking testosterone.
Oh yeah, we want to have her on.
talking about-
Woo! We'd love
You
to have her on
should.
as
Yeah,
well.
She's great.
She's a really good singer, huh?
Well, if you
She's
look back there,
amazing.
she's gonna be. I think she's gonna be on here the 14th.
We'll make her uncomfortable, too.
No,
see it?
don't.
No, I'm just playing.
No,
I mean, no, we
She's
probably
she's
are.
Great.
Why are you so?
She
why
has
are
a
you-
beautiful voice. I love her renditions
She's
of
a
Queen.
beautiful person.
The-
Like,
the-
she
the
is,
Queen?
Man,
Ugh.
she's awesome. I can't say enough good things about it.
She,
Yeah, like,
dude, when I
Nah,
saw
you can
her,
go ahead and talk shit
I
about
saw
her.
her
Don't worry about
audition.
it. We won't
I saw
tell.
her audition.
no, I love her. Yeah.
I saw her audition on The
go ahead.
Voice, and then
Dude,
as soon as I heard the
pause.
Selena, I was like, "Yeah, that's what
Pause.
I'm talking about."
Pause. My shit is too low, dog.
What are you
It is.
talking
My
about?
shit's too low.
No se oye nada.
What
It's
does
too
that
low.
mean?
Maybe
It's
they
too
put it
low.
low on purpose, Oscar.
Wait, súbele, güey.
Súbele al
Oscar.
Súbele,
pinche
por
mic.
favor, güey.
Okay, hold on. First
It's
of all,
too low, güey.
no, it is not.
Yes, it is.
You are actually louder than
I sound
everybody else.
muffled.
I can
He sounds
tell
muffled
because
as
of the
fuck.
sound. How do you sound muffled? Are you sure it's not just your connection?
Get it.
Is
Get
that
it.
better?
Maybe it's this. Look.
Yeah, maybe it's that shit. You
A
idiot.
ver.
Is
Ese-
it?
No,
Was I
no,
right?
no es nada.
Look. What about this?
Like how loud? Look, because See, like, that's way too loud for everybody else. That's
Okay, let's move on. I'm over it.
Trust me, we can hear you.
What were you gonna ask?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you because you seem to be very comfortable around masculine energy. Like you seem to be like
the
this is
gym,
your
dog.
element. Where do you get that from?
Even before that, dude, I've always like I hung out with older people and like in my neighborhood. I think when I was little, I hung out with like guys and stuff like that, and I don't know. I've just always been like that. I think that I've always been kind of a tomboy. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I have higher testosterone than most people.
Damn.
Girls.
But
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't.
How do you deal with the creepiness of guys though? 'Cause let's be honest.
I don't deal with it as much
earlier.
as I don't deal with that as much as other girls. I don't think. I think that it depends on like the person or the personality that you put out there that maybe allows more like
Or that
you know
attention.
Like
creepers.
if you're very promiscuous, you're not very
I think that if
promiscuous.
that's the vibe you give off, you're gonna get more crazy creepers. But for the most part, like I don't know. I think I have more. For the most part, I do have like a lot of nice people that like drop in my DMs and say, hey, just wanted to stop by and say you're doing an amazing job. Like I really appreciate you. Or I have them saying, hey, for real, I'm not trying to be a creeper, but like I just want to say like thank you for blah blah blah. Right?
Yeah.
I really do get that a lot, and I'm like, thank you so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you get
I don't really
creepy DMs. And
I mean, you're always gonna get creepy DMs, like, but I just choose to like ignore them, or if they're being like really like rude, I'll put them on blast here and there, like just because I feel like
what
if
do
you
you
don't,
tell? What do you say?
I post it on my story, and I leave the name and I leave the picture and everything.
But
I don't give a fuck. Like, I think that if you are so open to be rude to me, I think that you can be open to receiving criticism for
what is
that.
the usual thing they say though? What is the usual?
It's not a lot. It's the thing. So when it does happen, I'm like, well, I'm gonna put you on my story.
What up, ma? They say.
But it's because on Instagram it's so easy. Because you're like,
so easy.
I can just type something.
But
and
they're
then,
choosing to do that, so I choose to put them
yeah.
on
So
blast.
you have to
¿Qué
give them a
dicen?
reason.
¿Qué dice?
So beautiful.
For the most part, they'll be like, yeah, you're so beautiful, you're so hot, blah blah blah. Or they'll be like you get those
Like the fucked up
weirdos, like.
ones.
You know what's really interesting? I get a lot of Middle Eastern people,
shit.
lot of Middle Easterns, and they all tell me like, not all of them, but some of them are like, hey, I'll pay you $2,000 to get on WhatsApp with me. I'll pay you $6,000 to get on WhatsApp with me.
Damn.
Some of the money.
I'm not playing for real, but it's like I just can't do it.
You never
but I
heard-
get a lot of offers like that.
You never heard that joke about the Indian dudes?
Which one?
It's like if you're not hitting on your girl through
Yeah. If
some
you're not-
Indian
if
guy
you're-
probably
yes,
is.
I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly, and it's so true. Like it's so weird, but yeah, a lot
Listen,
of
I would
of
take the
Middle
money up
Easterns.
front and then just
And
show
then-
them a blank screen.
That's
Venmo.
so funny. No, but
He already
I
paid
would
you.
say I get that. I get like weird requests like that. I think the other day I got that they wanted my. What did they want from me? It's an article of clothing. I
Earwax.
forgot. I
That's a
don't know
big thing,
what
huh?
it was.
The articles of clothing?
One time I sold my socks, but not on
Did you
Instagram.
get good money?
No. Like it's
You just said no.
This is
Like,
what
this
happened.
motherfucker.
Watch, I'm gonna
Used
tell
or
you.
not
I'm
used?
gonna
Tell us about the
listen to me.
socks.
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Suck it
So
to me.
what happened was I was a bartender at a certain bar a very, very, very long time ago, like a long ass time ago. So I was working, right? And there was this guy that was like, hey, I want to buy your socks. And dude, I laughed my ass off. Like I was laughing at him and I was like, shut up. And I just kept going. He's like, no, for real, like I want to buy your socks. And I was like, for what? And then he's like, I want to buy your socks. And
What
I was
kind of
like,
socks were these?
For how? Just
Tube
regular? No, just regular little,
Regular
like
that you're
not
wearing
even
right
long. No, not even long socks.
Regular socks.
Very
Ankle?
short socks, like
Okay.
ankle socks. And he's like, how much? And I'm like, $60. And he's like, okay. So he gives him the money, and I gave him my socks.
You could have said
And
more,
then
huh?
I told my friends like after the night, I was like, you want to know what happened? They're like, what? I was like, I sold my socks to this guy.
$60.
He wanted my socks, so he bought them for like $60. I was like, why? And then they're like, Jovy, and they explained to me what some people do with articles of clothing that they
Yeah.
buy.
Buenas
And then
What do they do?
And then I
Buenas
got. I'm not
tardes,
even gonna
tiesos.
go into detail. I'm sure you guys know, but. My friends told me that,
Yeah.
that they do certain things with them, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my
Actually,
gosh.
Alex told us a
I didn't
story.
know that.
Did you hear that
What?
Alex story?
I think I saw a snip of like on Instagram, and it was
Yeah.
saying
Yeah,
that
yeah.
somebody was asking for
Yeah.
article of
Yeah,
clothing as well.
just-
See,
it
it happens.
just
Like
grows,
people
yeah.
ask,
Happens.
but this was before Instagram, dude. That's what I'm trying to say. Like it's not even social
just
media.
creepers
This
are
was
creepers
years
regardless.
ago.
They'd be like, hey, I got Jovy socks.
They got that old school creeper.
Se van a parar solos a la vez.
You're so stupid.
Hey, we
this
have-
was a long time ago.
If that's
Like,
what they're into, that's what they're into, man.
that's what they're into, but like I found it so funny that I was like,
Yeah.
I'll sell you my socks. Like, why
But
not?
you
You know,
didn't- you were
but
so
I
dumb.
didn't know
Yeah.
why
I
they
think-
were trying to buy the
Yeah,
socks.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think
And
we
I-
all have something weird that we're into that we're not comfortable
Whoa,
talking
Irvin,
about all the
share,
time. Let me
please.
tell you mine. So, just kidding.
No, my God, please don't.
no,
We're not
I'm
going
just
into
kidding.
this.
No, but actually, okay, so we've known you now for 45 minutes. So during this time, I get a lot of like strong woman vibes from you. Like you're very confident.
Thank you.
You seem very passionate about everything and very energetic. So does your energy put off some type of specific type of guys that maybe like you're like, I kind of like that guy, but he didn't really fit in with my personality. So how does that? Because you do have a lot of energy.
I do.
And I think it would take a very confident and very like strong guy to be able to match that and to be able to be with you. So how does that work?
Well, I mean, in the past, because I mean, I am in a relationship. In the past, it was
challenging.
I think even for my man that I'm with right now, like it was challenging for him to be with me. And he's told me before, he's like, it's really hard to be with you because
you have a lot of energy.
And it's for different reasons. His name's Eddie.
What's up, Eddie?
Yeah, Eddie.
I love him very much. But I think that there were certain challenges that we had because I do so much. I'm so busy. I think for the most part that's an issue with people like myself. I'm so busy that maybe sometimes the guy might feel like we don't give him enough time, enough attention, stuff like that.
Get needy.
I think with people in general, if you want to speak more about that, like I think that I might give off a lot of energy. So I think that for the most part, a lot of guys get very shy with me.
Yeah.
Very shy. And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to talk to you. Like, I'm just trying to have a conversation with you.
Because guys are shy, man.
It happens a lot. I will say that.
I couldn't even stare at a girl in the eyes when I was like in high school. I was so shy and I would just blush. I remember this one time, freshman year, this girl, I think she had a crush on me.
Yeah.
And she goes up to me and she's like, hey, can you do cosquillitas on my neck? And I was just like,
oh my God.
Wow.
I just panicked. I was like, and then and then I panicked. And then I don't know if it was just like, because I grew up just with my mom and I didn't have like any other female role models or whatever. Like, and it was just
it's not
my
like
brother.
Your sister's gonna teach you how to hit up on girls.
Because I started working at this job where it was all females and I got way more comfortable. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I was like super shy. So yeah, that's why I'm telling you, like, it might be difficult for guys to keep up with your energy.
You get like a Leslie Knope
A lot
vibe.
Can't, honestly. A lot can't. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, when I was like single and stuff, like, it was fucking annoying. I'm like, dude, like, I'm literally just trying to talk to you. Like, I think that even, so with my guy, with Eddie, when we first met, it was me. I'm the one that came up to him. Yeah. And I was 17 and he was already 20. Yeah. He was already in college and I was in high school still. Yeah. So I went to a house party and like, they opened the door and he's the first person I saw in the room. Like I fell in love with him. Dude, bitches. No, yeah. So I just fell like super in love with him. I went up to him, like I met him. I was like, hi, my name's Jovy. And he's super tall. So I was like, hi, I'm Jovy. And then from there, like I just like stuck to him the whole night because I just like I loved him already like so much. Like it was weird. Like I did fall in love with him. It was beautiful. But I remember he was super shy. He's 20. I'm 17. Like. Dude, he was very, very shy. Like, and later on, we laugh and we talk about it. But like, I'm the one that kissed him first. Like, it's like so many things. He's probably gonna get really embarrassed when he watches it. But it's the truth. Like, I was just like, I've just always been a little bit more aggressive in that sense. That's just how I am.
Because you said you know what you want. That's what you were saying.
Yeah, for the most part, I do.
You know what you want.
Yeah, for the most part.
You give me like a Leslie Knope vibe. You seen Parks and Rec?
I was gonna say lesbian vibe. I was like,
no.
Maybe.
Have you ever seen? You ever seen Parks and Rec?
Leslie, the blonde girl?
Leslie Knope. Yeah, you kind of give me like...
Leslie Knope is
very,
so
like,
funny.
Yeah, but you're like very like... That's how she is, She's like...
You think so?
You like gotta do something all the time.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
That's how you kind of give me that vibe.
Just, if you find somebody that matches that energy... Oh fuck! I love that. My old lady can't stand me because I'm up at 5 a.m. singing songs. Like, and she's all like, "What the fuck are you doing? Shut the fuck up!" And then like I'm just up doing shit. Like I can't stand it. But like your man, she was just able to deal with it. Like I think after some time you have to deal with the other person. Not deal with, but you learn and you kind of learn as you go. And I think that. A big challenge for us has been, I'm not going to say, this sounds weird, but not getting him on my level, but in the sense of like helping him get a little bit more drive, a little bit more, you know what I'm saying?
Just because you're so driven.
And the thing is, now he's like kind of matching up with me as far as that goes. Yeah. Because for the most part, he's a lot more relaxed, a little bit more chill with his like vibes and stuff, which is so cool because we balance each other out. Yeah. But our humor is the same, which is really cute. Like we have the same humor, so we laugh a lot. But we're definitely matching in the sense of like ambitions and goals and drive and know what's gonna happen. Because he's in the military, so he doesn't live here.
Okay. Where does he live?
He lives in San Diego.
Oh,
that's
That's all I'm gonna say. He lives in San Diego, but yeah, he
Air Force.
It's so cool to see him grow because he's.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you what he isn't, but it's so cool to see him grow because he listens to like more podcasts. He reads more books.
Yeah.
He's like growing in a way that I've never seen him grow.
He's a
before,
gorgeous
which is
man.
so
You know
cool.
what? I know who he is.
He's a
gorgeous
good-looking. Yeah,
man.
he's a good-looking
He's tall.
guy.
I think. Did he do wrestling?
So he was a collegiate wrestler,
Yeah,
and he also
nice,
is a retired fighter.
Okay.
Like MMA,
dude, wrestlers
MMA
make the
style.
best
That's
fighters.
Dude, he's jacked. Like,
Look,
he's jacked. He
I'll-
looks
He's
like
awesome.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you
he could
something.
fucking
he's
go for
amazing.
days.
Me and Oscar have spoken both, and probably Greg too, about the influence that a woman has on your motivation and your drive as a man.
Yeah.
Like it's before I had met my girlfriend, like, I had a few things I was, but I was mostly doing them because it was like, mijo, sigue viendo la
'Cause you have to
escuela.
do it.
Yeah.
It's the thing you do, you know what I mean? And then you meet this person and you're like, damn, I want to do so much more for you. Like, I want to be able to get you this and do this and live here and do all that.
Yeah, you have that
So-
more of a drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's badass that you were able to give Eddie that.
I
you know
think
what
I
mean?
definitely
gives you
helped
something
motivate
as
him
well,
a little
right?
bit more. Oh my gosh, he does for sure. Like the fact that like he's doing so well in his career now, like the fact that he made a career, like
That's badass.
to see him like improve like that and to see him
That's what
doing
you wanna
so
hear.
well,
You
like
wanna-
I'm so happy for him and I'm so
Good.
proud of him. I
Like,
tell him all the
yeah.
time, like I'm so proud of him.
Are you
You
gonna
wanna
move
build
I
out
think
there?
he's a
other.
fucking badass. What?
Are you gonna move out there? Or is he gonna
I
come
did
back?
move out there for a little bit. Crazy story, but it didn't work out. So I moved back home because everything for me is here. Everything, my clients, everything I've established.
That's crazy
So I
because
came back.
California is pretty much like the
spot.
like
Fitness.
the spot. Yeah.
It's huge, guys. It's
Yeah.
huge. And that's part of how I got into the company, the X-Bands.
The X-Bands
Because
from
they're
over
located
there.
in California.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, so I put myself out there and I told them, hey, whatever you guys need, I'm here. So, yeah. But as far as that goes, like, it's really, really cool to see, like, a partnership and, like, a team when two people are in a relationship. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, like, he motivates me, too. So
That's
it's awesome to see, like, each other grow.
Yeah.
you guys have a
Great.
give and give. Like
It's important.
it's always give
So-
and give.
Yeah.
What do you think are some keys that have helped you and him be able to? Because you said you've been together since you were 17.
It's been like a really crazy story, like on and off for a long
Yeah.
time, but everything's been really good and
Yeah.
everything's been great with us actually. But
Yeah.
I think some keys like for like a long relationship,
Especially
is
with a
just
person like you who's out so public.
Yeah.
And like so driven and.
yeah.
You know.
I think that if there's a relationship like that, let's say the guy is the one that's out there and the girl is a little bit more reserved.
Yeah.
I think that it's very important that the girl is very supportive.
Right.
Because if the guy doesn't feel that support from the girl,
Yeah.
it's not gonna feel very good. Like
Yeah.
you need to push and support that person that does
Yeah.
the stuff that's very much out there. Like
Yeah.
supporting your partner in whatever they do is a huge thing.
Yeah.
And of course you hear this all the time, communication. Communication
That's the
is
one.
really, really important.
Yeah.
Communication is huge. Like
Yeah.
that's something that me and Eddie lacked for a long time. It's so weird to talk about this. I haven't really talked about it, but yeah, we lacked communication big time, and I think it was more me. I would
Yeah.
shut down. I would
Yeah.
just be like, well,
It's because it's hard.
Like too bad.
Yeah.
yeah,
Too
too
bad.
bad. Okay, that's fine.
Moving on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love him so much that like we just like always found a way back to each other. It's just one of those things, you know, you
Yeah.
just keep going back to each other. But we really do love each other.
Yeah.
So
That's
good.
I think it's just the communication aspect of it.
Yeah.
And then just making each other laugh, like having fun. Like
Yeah.
I think that's a huge thing too. Like if you're not having fun with the person you're with, why are you with them? Like if you're
Yeah.
always fighting, because you see those couples that fight all the time.
know,
right.
Why the fuck are you with them? Like
Yeah.
it's obviously not working out. And
la
I've
vida.
been in a relationship like that where you fight all
Yeah.
the time, and it's like it's
exhausting.
so miserable, and you just want to get out of it. Oh my god!
Have you noticed
like,
that a lot of people like think that in order for there to be love, there has to be a little bit of like anger or something like that? Like they're like, no, he really loves me because we fight and we have passion and
Yeah,
we have
yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
Some people
And
think
it's just
that
like-
way, and I mean, if that works for you, that works for you. For me, it doesn't.
I just
don't
disagree
believe
with
in
that,
that.
yeah.
I mean, for me, I disagree, but everybody's different. That's
Yeah.
the thing that I've learned about life too. Is like we're all so different. Like we can't really judge each other, if that
Yeah.
makes
Right.
sense. But
Well, we're all just trying to figure it out. And when
Yeah.
you're
All
talking
of
about a
us.
relationship, I mean, you're talking about two completely different personalities,
Yep.
two completely
Two
set of
different people.
ideals, of
Yep.
upbringings, and
Oh my gosh,
and your
yeah,
own
that's huge.
fucking shit in your own head. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was telling Sarah.
your own
Yeah.
like.
like you're
demons,
trying to
too.
figure your shit out so you can live your life the way, and he's
Yeah.
doing the exact same thing.
Uh-huh.
And it's weird how there's not like sometimes there's such a lack of empathy between two people.
Yeah,
There
but
can
even when
be
they
with
live
some
together-
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
It's
you
like, hey.
forget that they're human as well,
Yeah.
and that's why I told Sarah like we pretty much shoved ourselves into this box, and then we're trying to live with each other.
Yeah.
Like that's think
hard.
about it. That's
hard to
crazy.
do.
like
Yeah.
It's almost
So-
It
impossible.
is. The
Almost
idea of a
impossible.
relationship is crazy, but
But we're just meant to be together. That's just me.
So you and Sarah are a beautiful couple.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Sarah, yeah, definitely.
I have never seen you with a person who makes you be who you are.
But who lets me be who I am.
That's a tough one.
Without telling me, like, you're fucking stupid. Like, stop saying that. Like, stop yelling. And I'm like, bitch, like, this is who I am. Deal with it.
Yeah.
But
that too, when you're with someone who can help you, not help you, but encourage you to be yourself. It's very
that's
beautiful
100,
to find.
100.
Yep.
But what I was going to say is men and women, like, we're meant to be together. Like, that's just, or women and women, or men and men. Like,
you're meant to be with somebody is the thing.
Yeah,
like, I think that for the most part, there are people that are meant to be with each other.
Yeah.
Like, you're not really meant to be alone, I think. But there are some people that thrive, being single. Like, they love it. And that's so cool for them, like, good for them.
Nobody wants to be alone. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not okay to be alone.
That's one thing I get from Jovy. You're very accepting of a variety of things.
I think it's important. I think it's really important. I don't want to be closed-minded. I don't want to judge others. Like, how you live your life is how you live your life. And if you're happy, then who gives a fuck? Like,
have you seen? Just don't fuck with my vibe.
Exactly.
Don't fuck with my vibe, and I don't fuck with yours, and we're good to go. Like, let's coincide.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree.
Coexist.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. Yeah. I think also, like, it's so nice because in my life I don't have drama. Like, I really don't. And I think that's part of, like,
you don't need it.
It's so nice because I'm still very young. I'm 26, and, like, for me, being a female in the fitness industry in El Paso, to not have drama in my life, you know how great it is? It's rare. Awesome. Like, I love it. That's why my circle's so small, too. Because I'm like,
awesome.
I don't need a lot of fake people in my life. I just need a few people in my life and my family and, Eddie and my dogs.
You've managed to avoid the drama, though?
It's who I select to surround myself with. If I don't get along with you, if our morals don't match up, if we don't... Here's the thing, too. Like, if I'm not around people that want to be better in some way...
Yeah.
I don't.
It's Sarah.
Sarah,
she made an appearance.
We were just talking about you.
The whole podcast has been about you.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the only thing. We're talking about Sarah the whole time.
I'm Jovy. Oh, I think I've probably seen you before.
Special guest, Sarah.
Lazada. Oh, yeah. I wanted to ask you, there's this really cool... Well, I hated it at first. But there's a show on Netflix called The Experiment. Have you seen it?
I've passed through it.
Yeah.
But I haven't
Check it out.
seen it.
The first few episodes, you're like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, this is never going to work. But basically, they put people in, like, little pods, right? They can't see each other. And
it's
they're
called
dating.
Love is Blind, not The Experiment.
Oh, okay.
I've seen it.
And they're... Yeah, and they can't see each other.
About,
So, and
they're all asking each other to marry.
Yeah, and they get married.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, they're all like, marry me. Like, the first day or second day.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But it's at first I was saying, like, you're like, this is fucking stupid. Like, why would they... But you can learn a lot of stuff about what not to do in that show. Like, there's a lot of... There's lessons in there.
Yeah.
And right now when you're talking about communication, one of the things that I learned watching that show is there is communication, but there's also levels to it. Like, these people were trying to communicate, but then they were communicating in very hurtful and very detrimental ways for the relationship. So, for example, like, this girl was always on her phone because she's on social media, right? She's like a social media, I don't know what you call it, like person, And the guy, he'd be like, he'd be watching her and he'd be like, you're always on your phone. And then he was on his phone one time. And the girl's like, why are you on your phone?
Okay.
Yeah. And then the guy, he just was on his phone though on purpose though. Like, he was doing it because he was like trying to get back at her, like in like a revengeful way.
I know exactly what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
So
they're like communicating, but they're communicating in a bad way. So hold on, real quick. Let me tell you the point.
I understand.
So the point
the
point that I'm trying to get to is that not only should you communicate with your partner, but you should always communicate from a stance of love. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
yes, I'm trying to tell you something, but I'm going to tell you it
Yeah.
through a perspective of love. You know what I mean? And you're going to tell me something, and you're not going to tell me something because you want fairness, because you want revenge, because you want us to, like, I want this to switch it around. No, it has to come from, or else you're going to struggle. You know what I mean?
It was his fault for picking the only Latina there, so that's his fault.
Well, yeah, whenever you're dealing with us Latinas,
she was from Venezuela.
A lot of emotion.
She was Venezolana.
It doesn't matter, Venezuelan, Colombian, Puerto Rican, whatever
Hispanic,
it is. Like,
as soon as I knew how she started arguing, I was like, yeah, that's how my wife argues with me.
Yeah.
You seem...
Because she would keep getting cut off. I was like, motherfucker, let me talk. Like, she would like put her hands.
Oh
I hate when you girls
There's
put
a lot of
your
emotion.
hands on my face. I hate that shit.
There's a lot of
that
emotion.
shit, and I'm not even gonna go. I do that shit.
Shit's so fucking like.
It looked like when I talked about the phone thing, like, you've been through that? Is that something that...
Sort of. Yeah, I think I've been through that before.
Because that's your job, right? Like,
yeah, but you just have to like learn. You have to learn how to communicate. So what I do now, like with Eddie, is because here's the thing with my job, because it's an actual job, I get paid for it with the X-Bands. Like, I have to post at certain times of the day. At those times of the day, I have to post. So when I'm doing that, before I do it, I say, hey, baby, I'm about to post. Like, just give me 1 second. And he's like, oh, yeah, it's fine. Before, I would just be like,
Like, what are you doing?
He felt like I ignored him. You know what I mean? And before I didn't get that, I was like, what do you mean I'm not ignoring you? But it's like, now I need to respect how you're feeling.
That's awesome.
And
that
like,
you
and you learn,
awesome.
you know what I mean? So I think that's been like, oh my gosh, that's been an amazing thing to accomplish, like communication now.
Yeah.
And he told me, you know, recently, he's like, I really appreciate you doing that. Like, it shows me that you really are more aware and that you care about how, you know, I feel about those things. So, and it's the same thing with me too. But you know, it's funny because like, I don't know, like, us girls in general, like, we're such fucking brats, dude. Like, like you guys do one thing one time, we're like, why are you doing that? Blah. And then they do something like, or we do something all the time, and they take it. Like, the guys take it.
Because you girls,
but you guys do one thing.
You girls have way better memory than we do.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys keep tabs.
I give you all.
You guys keep files. Like,
oh yeah. You go in here.
In do you remember in 2009?
I'm like, oh shit.
We were in high school.
I didn't even know what the fuck
talking about? We were different.
How do you remember that shit?
Yeah.
And how did I forget to feed the dog the other day?
Like, I give my girlfriend a lot of leeway because I understand that you all go through way more emotions than we do.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like,
being a woman
it's okay.
is more difficult than being a man.
Okay, you're feeling something right now and it's fine.
Yeah, you guys are more simple for sure.
I knew you were gonna say that.
We are.
It's because oh my god.
You always say 100%.
My dad worked a lot, so I was with my sister and my mom a lot. So I heard a lot of the stuff that they went through, a lot of their issues and everything. And then, I don't know. I hung out with a lot of girls in school as well, so I heard a lot of their issues and all of that. And I'm like, fuck, like, I don't go through none of that. Like,
no, you don't.
For me, it's just
so much.
I can pee wherever I want.
Yeah.
And I can pretty much.
Well, you shouldn't.
It's a big deal.
I can pretty much.
He's peeing right now.
I can pretty much work a shitty job and still make it. Like,
you mean theoretically?
That's pretty much it.
Well, you know,
I think it's so cool that you're so aware though, that that there are so many, because I know also people or women who, like, they're going through their period, right?
Yeah.
And then they don't realize that
happens. People have
they don't.
No, I know. It's just, that's because I was like, where are we going with this?
And obviously,
what?
And
like,
obviously,
he said the P word.
No,
obviously during your period, you're in an altered state of mind.
Yes,
like, you're not who,
it's just
but
like, so
I think it's interesting how you're so aware of it, because sometimes I've heard stories where they're like, dude, I just did something and I was like, damn, I'm being a bitch. Like, I didn't realize it until it's like, oh, fuck. So like, como que you notice it. You know what I mean? So I wanted to ask you, how are you so aware of your emotions? Like, is that something you can teach others?
I don't know if you can teach others that. I think that, I don't know, it's just the way your mind works. Either you're aware or you're not aware, or you just learn as you get older. Maybe it's age. I don't know. But I think that I've always had a different way of thinking. That's just how I've always been. I think that's what I...
Yeah. Because in terms of a relationship, I think that's huge. Being aware of how you're acting and your emotions. That way you can... That's
been a challenge.
Yeah.
But that's been time.
But that's all women, though, I think. I think that's a challenge with all women. You know what I mean? And
maybe.
Well, it's just... it's so beautiful that you talk about energies and that you say you have a small circle, and I'm really grateful that you found that my energy or our energy is fuckable with, and you were here and you don't feel like we were here to detriment your who you are or your character or we're here to add to your energy.
I mean, I was very open to it for sure. Like, I think it's cool because the first podcast I did a few weeks ago with Elia was one female who's a singer. And then you guys are 3 dudes who, talk about, different topics. And I was like, well, let's see what happens.
That's really cool. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And then
I have a couple more podcasts coming up.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout them out.
Next month. So my friend Sam, she owns a salon called Your New Image. I'll be with her on a podcast.
Beautiful.
That's a whole nother vibe.
I think I'm going to be on a radio show, actually,
too. Good
nice.
for you.
So that's going to be next month.
New endeavors.
Yeah.
Good.
So
2020. Got that 2020 vision.
Yeah, exactly.
And I bet you each one of these podcasts is going to bring something different out of you.
So different.
Like, we're not going to bring hairstyle stuff out of you. Like, we don't know about
I mean,
that.
I don't know about hairstyle either.
I
go to my girl Cam. Like, that's all. Like, I just let her do my hair.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hold on, I don't want to move forward from the relationship stuff.
No. Wait, stop.
Okay.
You fucking... It's
said
because this guy's like...
I love talking
the
about
relationship guru or something.
I love talking about
Okay.
I find it so
don't know.
interesting.
I mean, what do you want?
No, but We're talking about. He was talking about women and the periods and all of that.
Having smaller
it's
brains
so
and
weird.
that shit.
It's so weird that Sarah was talking
What'd you
about.
say?
Yeah, fuck him up, Jovy.
What did
Fuck
you
him up.
say?
Greg,
I say things.
Greg
I say
says
things.
stupid
I say
ass shit
things
all
to
the
see if
time.
people are paying attention.
You're allowed. I'll hold this.
I'm
hand so
just
you can go
joking.
right there, the
I'm
chin.
Because
just
women have
joking.
smaller brains. Is that what you said? Yeah.
That's so funny.
Sarah
I like
was
to stir the pot.
Sarah
I'm
was
just
talking
joking.
I'm
about.
gonna start my time of the month. Full disclosure.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I've been really emotional.
Sarah's already
It's fine.
in
You
it.
can pop him in the face, Joe.
Circadian
They're
rhythm.
syncing up.
Circadian.
Energy.
That's your sleep.
Energy.
Circadian
Is
rhythm?
Circadian rhythm is your
energy
sleep,
or
no?
rhythm?
Cicadas,
What is
those
it?
little big
Circadian.
moscas.
Circadian.
What is it, babe? Again?
It's not circadian, but it's kind of like the circadian rhythm, and women have 4 stages in their menstrual.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the first one is called like I forgot what it's called, but that's like new beginnings, and like you have different.
Your progesterone goes up or whatever. Like it's
So-
like. It's
So
these
Sarah was
crazy
talking
things.
about 4 weeks, a 4-week span in this thing.
Yes. Fuck
Men
that.
go through it in 24 hours.
Hey.
Oh, really?
So we go through all of those stages in 24 hours. Women go through this for 4 weeks.
Yep.
So that's why
Our emotions are
it's
everywhere.
different
So we're
for women
better
than it
at
is for
it?
men. So, so for us to stay,
You're the worst.
Yes.
so
Yes, Jovi.
men are better
Sock
than
him in the
women.
face.
Nah,
We win again? Nah, just kidding.
So what you're
No,
saying
no,
is-
actually, that's because we can't last this long. That's all it means.
There you go.
I just,
means.
yeah, I don't know.
quick drama
That
drop.
whole thing when you're talking about energies, and then when you allow your boyfriend to tell you these things, like when he talks about his emotions and how he's feeling, and just to let you know that, you know what, that kind of bums me out or stuff like that. For him to be open about that, I think that's a beautiful
Yeah, it's
thing
awesome.
as well.
It's very, very important, and it's taken time.
yeah,
like I said,
Really?
even for me to communicate with him, I think
About your
more than-
emotions.
Yeah. I think for me, it's
Yeah, you
been,
have to.
I don't know if I have like, cause you touched on like saying that I have, like I'm able to get along with you guys really well,
Like,
and
you-
it's just like a
yeah.
girl getting along well with guys. I don't know if I have like a more masculine energy, but like I think I had a really hard time communicating my feelings with like Eddie for a long time, and I think that in a way, like he was. You know, in some ways, he was more able to open about things, but I was not able to open up about my stuff. It was weird. I don't know why or what, but like now I'm getting a lot better at it because I'm open to it. Before I was more closed off.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah. You're very open, even
Weird.
with us. Like, you barely met
With
us, and you're
people,
telling us all this
yeah, with
cool
people,
stuff.
I'm pretty open. I'm gonna say that.
But in the relationship, it was different, is what you're saying?
yes,
Okay.
for sure, I was way
Well,
different in
it's
that
'cause
sense.
she's
but
letting him into something more personal, more
yeah,
in depth.
this is like I mean,
this is-
relationship stuff is
Like,
a
you're
whole
gonna
different-
leave.
This is like the upper.
What? Why you guys keep saying
I
it
can
on the
barely hear him.
racing?
Yeah, dude, I don't sound that loud, but it's okay. 'Cause Greg is the guru.
I'm
or the
telling
guy
you,
who knows it all.
Everybody's the same level.
Because he owns all of this
I
stuff.
can hear. I can hear.
Yeah,
you.
that's what
Okay,
I'm
so
saying.
right, just the headphones. Sorry.
You guys are the ones.
Like, you're letting us into like the surface of things.
Yeah.
You're letting
Yeah.
us, you know, all of that good stuff. But with him, it's more in depth. It's more.
Oh yeah, with the
And-
another person, yeah, it's a lot more in
And you
depth.
guys share a connection, not just mental but physical.
It's a
and
huge,
Yeah.
yeah, it's everything.
Everything. You guys
Yeah.
are entwined now.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. But I think that I've always gone along well with people. I think I've always been a people person. I've always been able to make friends pretty easily.
Yeah.
But it's who I choose to be close with. That's
Yeah.
another level.
That's a whole
So
different
I
thing.
can tell. I can be very open with people, but I don't choose to let everybody in my circle, if that
course
makes
not.
sense.
Yeah,
but
no,
I think that's part of
100%.
why
Gotta
I've been
be
able
safe.
to network throughout the years and
Yeah.
make connections and make new friends in different different brands in different areas in
Yeah.
many fields, I guess you could say, or
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
you want
No,
to call
and
that.
props to Eddie for being able to be with a woman like you, because
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a lot of things, like, for example, just the fact that you're very comfortable around masculine energy.
Yeah.
I can totally understand him if he was like uncomfortable in a situation where it's like, oh, was she so comfortable talking to this guy and this guy and this
Yep.
guy? Because like
We've been
as
through that.
from a guy's perspective, you understand what guys want. Like, you know, the
But girls want
feelings.
that too.
I think it's a
Like-
little just different for guys, because it's like, I think it goes through your mind every second of the day, like
Probably.
What?
and maybe more.
I
What
think it's
goes
talking more
through-
about sexual
are you
energy.
talking
Is that
about?
what you're
maybe
saying?
more.
hell
Yeah,
Talking to
no.
I think
Jovy,
it's
or-
more common.
No,
for
no, I
men.
think in like in any like
Yeah.
in anything. I don't know. I guess being like human is just a thing, but I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It's just a confidence thing. Like I'm just
Yeah.
comfortable with,
Yeah.
for the most part, anybody. Like the only thing I'm not comfortable with, men or woman, or man or woman, is mean people. I don't like mean people.
Okay.
I don't
Oh, no,
like
no.
I don't like assholes, dude.
Yeah,
like
fuck that.
I've been around like certain mean people. Like when I used to bartend, I'd be around like certain like not all the time, but certain like mean individuals, and like just their energy was ugly and they were just mean and they had a shitty attitude. I'm like, oh, like, I don't like you very much. And like, I would put up with it because, you know, I had to work with them. And then sometimes they'd be nice. But for the most part, you know, you just meet really yucky, energetic people. And I don't like that. I don't like being around mean people. I don't like that shit. I don't like bullies. I don't like that. I can't stand that shit.
From your perspective, since you're so understanding and so open to so many different people, where do you think that comes? Why do you think people are that way?
I think childhood trauma.
Yeah.
I think that whatever they've been through when they were younger, if they had like a really mean upbringing, mom or dad, maybe they were abused, maybe they just had it really, really tough. Maybe their dad left, maybe their mom left, maybe their grandma was crazy, maybe they didn't have, you know, parents at all, maybe they were foster kids. There's so many things that could happen that create the person's, you know, like attitude, or they have issues like they're bipolar, they're depressed. You know what I mean? So I've met people like that, you know, they deal with depression, but to mask that, they're assholes. I don't like that. Yeah, I cannot stand bullies. Instead of dealing with emotions, go get a fucking counselor or a therapist and stop being mean to others, because I feel like a lot of issues, and I'm not going to get into this, but a lot of issues that happen in our country and different countries, like people are bullied, people are treated ugly and wrong, and, you know, kids like do really bad things, like they kill themselves or whatever. I think it's because people are not kind to one another. So I think that if people are just nicer to each other, like this world would be a little bit better. That's what I think.
No, respect. You're right. Treat others the way you want to be treated.
Yeah, that's why I like, I don't know, I like talking to people. I like being nice to people. Unless they're mean to like me or mean to my family, then fuck you. Like that's the end of that. Like I'm very nice. But when it comes to like being mean to my family, like that's something I don't stand for.
I think awesome. I think that's an anybody thing, but in Hispanic is really big. Hispanic culture.
I think huge.
Yeah, it's really big. Like if you come for one of us, like there's 20 or 30 guys.
For the most part, I'm gonna say you're probably right. Yeah.
Do you have a large family? Do you have?
No, I don't. I mean, it's just my parents, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, and me, and our dogs.
And the dogs,
so
of course.
My dad has a pretty big family. I don't have like, I have cousins, but I don't have like as many as I would like. Like one of my cousins, she's in Dallas. My other cousin is in, she just moved to Irvine. So like for the most part, like I have cousins that are super young or older, and I don't really see them. But like, I don't really have like a big family.
You wanted to have a bigger family?
I don't know. Sometimes I wish I had a bigger family. But it just didn't happen.
Are you going to have kids then?
I don't know. That's a different topic.
Eddie.
No, we've talked about that too. We've talked about that too, but that's like a huge, like, I don't know about that right now.
Doesn't coincide with your goals right now.
Right now it doesn't. But I think maybe later on, hopefully it does. Because like.
How many?
If I did have kids, I would want like. Maybe 2 or 3, if I did have kids. But I don't know if that's what I want right now. So we don't even, like, it's not even. And he's still in the military, you know, so it's best that, you know, we keep that for later, because I don't want to have kids and I'm over here and he's over there and we miss each other.
But you have TRICARE right now.
There you go.
Take advantage of it.
No, but it has nothing to do with it. Like, I want to feel supported. I want to feel like I'm with, you know, Eddie and everything, if we do decide to have kids. But that's like a totally different topic that I'm not even like.
Not even like thinking about it right now.
Not really. Like when I'm at the gym,
plenty of time.
I mean, I do, but I don't. So it's
that's
like
a huge thing.
When
the biological clock.
You're just dude, and my biological clock right now is being fucking weird, because I'm at the gym and I see little kids. I'm like, oh my god, they're so cute. Like I find them cuter more now than before. I ever have. It's weird. I'm like, okay, I need to stop. So like, one of my
hide your kid. Hide your kid.
You can take care of my kids because I get las ganas. Trust me.
Okay.
You can take care of my kids for 2 hours. You'll be like, oh shit, never mind.
There's several studies. I mean, I'm not talking shit, Greg, but there are a lot of studies that show that couples without children are generally happier.
I'm just kidding.
I have heard that.
Yeah.
I have heard that, but I've heard even like people that aren't married are happier.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like polygamy?
I'm serious. Not even polygamy, but just like being like let's say there's somebody that's like in their, you know, 40s or 50s and they're like single and they're like still out doing things. They do whatever they want, and that's where the happiness comes from. They do whatever they want whenever they want.
Dude, Sarah's like, sock him in the face.
I don't speak for him, Sarah. I like you.
Nah, that. I think that's really great to have that kind of relationship where Sarah can do whatever the fuck she wants. Like, I encourage her. Like,
that's great.
Go do your thing. Like, don't be worried about me. Like,
there's no permission. It's like you do what you want to do, and the other person supports you, and that's amazing. Yeah.
If you want to go out in a fucking tanga and do your thing, like I'm your pimp. Like I'll help you out. Like, I'm just trying to be as open as
That's a confidence thing. And the thing is, like, since she's so open with you and she like allows you to be yourself, that's perfect. Like, it works. No, for real, it works. Like, that's how I am too. Like, Eddie like accepts me for me, and he doesn't tell me what to do. Like, nor can he, nor anybody can tell me.
Like, how to dress, what to not put on.
No,
like, none of that.
Okay, big question.
I don't like that shit.
Good. What are your opinions? Why do you think people cheat?
I think because, oh man, that's a really, really tough one.
Like on your taxes?
Here's one of the toughest things in a relationship. Maybe they're not feeling emotionally like supported. Maybe that they just don't feel the love like they want to. Maybe they don't feel like, I'm gonna be honest, like I used to be really bad with certain things, but it was more like I would cling to a person because of the way that they talked to me. They would tell me sweet things, you know what I mean? More that than anything. I was so young, and I would just listen to what guys had to tell me, and I just loved like the attention from them, and then them telling me sweet things. So from my perspective, I would say that's a huge thing. Another thing is like, people want their cake and they want to eat it. They want to have their cake and eat it too, especially like a lot of males. Like they will be married and they'll cheat. Why? Because they want to come home to something, but they want to go have their fun. You know what I mean? And I've talked to people who have been through those issues. That's why I say that, because I've heard that time and time again. So I think it just depends on a person, but it's different things like that. It could be a number of things.
If Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, anything can
We're
happen.
not safe. No one's safe.
He did?
Yes, dude.
But he's also Jay-Z.
No, it doesn't matter though. So, it could be.
Yeah, it could be anybody. You know, Juanita and Juan.
Do you think that's like? It's Beyonce, dude. It's Beyonce.
Yeah,
so do you think it's just like if you're a cheater, you're a cheater?
Jay-Z said it's an emotional thing.
I don't find
he said it was an emotional thing.
That's because he's got 99 problems.
I don't find Beyonce attractive.
I do.
You're
crazy, dude.
Rihanna's. If I had to pick Beyonce or Rihanna's my thing.
I would choose Rihanna.
But first, Sarah, right? Sarah's up top.
Sarah, of course.
Yeah.
That goes without saying.
By a landslide, right? And then Rihanna.
Well, I've told you my philosophy about like the way girls and the way guys look at girls. Well, at least my philosophy. Yeah. Because people had asked me. Somebody posted on Facebook a long time ago. They're like, "Why do married guys look at girls?" And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. This is why I think it's because when a guy's looking for a girl to be with. Right, that to fill all these boxes, like emotionally, to make sure she's there for you and everything, like that takes time. It takes time to build a commitment like that. But when it comes to physical attraction, it's like that. And of course, your standards can even go a little low sometimes. So like, if I look at a girl because I think she's attractive, I'm not looking at her going like, man, I wonder what her dreams are. You know, I wonder like if she likes the same books that I like. Like, I'm not looking at that. I'm just like looking at her physically. So that's why guys look at like dogs, because we're just like. Very quick, we're like just scanning, but we're not looking to build an emotional connection with every single girl, because that would take forever. I
think that girls look at guys, guys look at girls. I think that we're human and we can appreciate a beautiful person or a nice physique. Like we're attracted to people. Like that's just how it is.
But building a relationship takes time. That's why you felt. That's why you felt like you couldn't open up to with Eddie. You know what I mean?
I think I was just younger and I was just. Dumb. Like, that's what I think. But I think as far as like looking at people, that's a totally different topic, and I think that it's just normal and natural. Like I mean, like Eddie and I are very attracted to one another. Like, I think he's gorgeous, he thinks I'm beautiful, but we're going to appreciate other human beings. I'm gonna see a certain person, a guy who I think has a fucking badass body, but guess what? It doesn't go beyond that. It's just like I appreciate that person, and that's where you draw the line. That's it.
I see Scarlett Johansson.
That's a huge...
Exactly, and Eddie loves Scarlett Johansson, so he could see her or whoever else that is that he likes, and you just appreciate the person's physical appearance. There's nothing wrong with that, and that's just how life is. Whether you're in a relationship or single, it does not matter. It matters how you talk to a person. So, like, if you see a guy, you think he's hot, he comes up to you and he starts talking to you. Well, that's not.
Changes.
That's something different. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. If Eddie's somewhere and a girl talks to him who he finds attractive and he lets that go on, that's something totally different. You know what I mean? So nothing wrong with appreciating a person's physique or face or whatever the fuck. Like, it's just normal. It's just how it is.
Tell me what you think about this, Jovy. So, me and my girlfriend, we see the attraction.
My girlfriend and I.
I apologize.
Let the man speak.
We see things because from a guy's perspective, you see a female, right? And the immediate, at least for me, the immediate reaction is sexual. It's like you see a nice butt and you're like, wow, that's
a nice
hot.
ass. Yeah.
And you get like sexual thoughts, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, for me.
For a
is what I'm
guy.
saying. Yeah,
for
for
a
guys
guy,
generally, yeah.
Generally.
And when because my girlfriend and I have a very open communication relationship, and I ask her, I'm like, do you feel the same things when you see a very hot guy? And she's like, no. She's like, I see a very attractive guy, and I appreciate him for his beauty, for his goddamn. That guy is lucky to have those genes.
Yeah.
He has a ripped body. He has this and all that. And then I feel like that's where men can get confused and become jealous because you feel like your female partner sees the same thing you see when you see a woman.
Okay,
and it's
I get
sexual.
what you're saying.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I get what you're saying.
But for them, it's like, no, I just saw him and I appreciated his. But it's never sexual.
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah,
it depends on the person.
So that's why that communication has to be there.
I mean, yeah, if that's something you want to talk about, then for sure, like with your significant other. But there are girls out there that are crazy. Like they love, like they're crazy as far as like their sex life goes.
Yeah.
So there's girls I know, I know personally that like, let's say they go to the gym, right?
Yeah.
This is like gonna sound really inappropriate, so hopefully my dad's not watching. Or my mom.
It's okay.
But yeah, they could say that. But there could be a girl that's like pretty out there with her sexuality, and she sees a hot guy, and what she says is, I want to sit on his face.
Yeah.
I want to sit on his face. That's not something that a lot of girls say.
Right.
It depends on the person. That's why I continue to say that every person's so different. There's girls that are
that's why-
very high sex drive, and they might just want to fuck every guy, and that's just how it is. Now there might be some girls that are a little bit more controlled with that, and they don't think that way.
Right.
Okay. There might be some guys that when they see a girl, they think a lot of sexual thoughts, maybe a little bit too much, especially if they're married or in a relationship. And there's other guys that can see a girl, they think she's hot, and they're like, wow, I appreciate that. Okay, I'm gonna move on with my day.
Yeah.
It's just everybody's so different. You know what I mean?
And that's why
it
it's
just
so
depends on
important
the person
to communicate with your partner.
To communicate stuff like that.
And see what type of person you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, whatever.
That'll be kind of detrimental as well. Like, if you let your partner know, like, I look at all these girls in a sexual way.
But if you are that way, then that's a problem. If you're not that way, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Or if the girl's open enough to accept that. It depends on the guy. It depends on the girl. Every girl and guy is different.
Yeah.
There are some like beautiful couples out there that they're both so fucking hot that they could be so good with their like sex life that nothing else really matters. Like they could see another person and be like, that's a beautiful individual, and they're like totally fine. Like they're not thinking anything beyond that. You know what I mean? It would take a really, really, really fucking hot person to make them think certain thoughts. But like for the most part, like I think it just depends on the couple and like how attracted they are to each other. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I think either way, we're human and we're gonna appreciate other people's bodies and faces and physiques, and it's just how it is. Like that's human nature.
Because I think you can be very extremely. The person you're with is the most attractive person to you.
To you, yeah.
But like you're saying, everybody's different, and I feel like you can still be very attracted to other people.
You can be, yeah.
Have these sexual thoughts, and if you're the type of person, that's why I wanted to talk to you about the whole cheating thing. Because I'm like, do you think being a cheater is like, well, once you're a cheater, you're a cheater. But if you're this person who, yes, I see a woman and I'm like, that's a really nice butt, I appreciate it, but that's not the type of person I am. So therefore, it doesn't really matter. These are just feelings I get that are out of my control. But I'm not the type of person who cheats.
You don't act on it, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I mean, I think that, like I said, like it depends on the person, and I think that if there's a person that struggles with cheating, it's up to them if they want to change that. So they might work on it for the next few years. Let's say they say to themselves, I'm not going to be in a relationship with anybody because I am a cheater and I need to work on that. If I want a serious relationship with somebody. So maybe they take the time, maybe they read books, maybe they go to therapy, and it turns out something happened in their childhood that was fucked up. Maybe their dad beat the mom and cheated on her, and that's what that person saw, male or female, and they think, or they just act that way because that's what they were surrounded themselves, or that's what they were surrounded with at such a young age that they don't even know why they're cheaters. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I don't think that I used to think that people couldn't change. Now I think differently. Now I think that if you want to change your whatever trait it is that you have that's negative, you can change it. It's just going to take a lot of work. If you are 25 years old, if you are 35 years old, and you've been acting this way for 35 years, it's going to take years for you to get that trauma out of the way, talk about it, get therapy, have counseling, read books, and be very open-minded to change that.
But then what if there's also the situation where you cannot trace back There's nothing.
You can.
This
I
person,
think you can. I
this
think if
person
you
had
go to
a perfect life. Nothing
there's
happened
no
to
such
him.
thing.
We get
There's
back
no
to that
such
with
thing.
Cali.
I
I don't know
disagree.
about perfect life, but
What's wrong with you?
let's say that he didn't have. Let's say that this person didn't have traumas. He had a good life. He had a good upbringing.
Then that's the problem right there.
But wait, and he just likes to cheat. He loves women. He loves sex. And he tries to be married, but he just likes to cheat.
It's a hormone thing.
And-
then
and
maybe
then
it's his hormones.
hormones.
He's crazy
You could call
like
it a
that.
hormone, you know, but-
He's not meant to be in a relationship.
Stupid.
But all I'm
No,
saying
for
is
real.
Or
that
at least a monogamous relationship.
all I'm saying
Yeah,
is that
exactly. Maybe
I
he
guess-
needs a
Listen,
polygamous
If you feel like
relationship.
cheating, just jerk off, and if you still feel like cheating, then maybe you are a cheater.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
all I'm saying.
yeah, get rid of that nut.
For real, trust me.
I'm
Get
just,
rid of
all
that
I'm
nut.
saying is that
Trust me.
all I'm
'Cause
saying
if
is
that's
that
what you
the
guys
way
think-
you feel, that shame you feel after you
I
just
don't know.
jerked off to some random lady, that's what
don't
you're
get
gonna
that.
feel if you actually have sex with her, you dumbass.
well, I just think
Well,
about
I mean,
it.
if that's
Think
how
about
you,
it.
if that's how you feel, that's
I
how
just
you
think
feel.
that there's some things that
There's no
you
shame.
cannot trace all the way back. Like there's just some things that's just the way it is. Like,
yeah, Irvin.
you
No,
can't.
I
was
think
trying
you
with
can.
that.
put
I
it
think
all
you can trace.
scientifically in a way.
It's not
like,
scientific though.
or
It's
not
just like
scientific,
it's
but
just like
trying to break it down. Like I don't
Yeah.
think you can always break something down. Like something it is just the way it is.
Your brain is so freaking crazy.
Complicated.
Our
like-
brain is so intricate and so
Yeah,
complex.
like you saying that this is I'm just hyped and that's just the way I am. Like
Yeah.
you cannot trace it back. Like you know what, my
That's
mom
something
gave me
different,
caffeine
though.
when I was young.
Yeah.
That's something
You know
different.
what I'm
That's my
saying?
personality
Yeah,
as
yeah,
far
yeah.
as like my energy goes. But that doesn't
Right.
have to do with like the decisions I make in my life. That the decisions are separate from my energy.
Well-
Does that make sense? It's two
Well,
different things.
but your energy attracts those decisions because if it weren't for your energy, these
Yeah.
opportunities wouldn't be
Well,
available to you.
I
you
mean,
know?
what if I had a hype ass energy like I do, but I had no drive and no motivation? So
that's
when you
true.
guys reached out to me, I said, "Oh yeah, I'll be there," and guess
Yeah.
what? I don't fucking
Like
show up.
flaky
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Or
Yeah.
you had the hype and motivation, but you decided to invest it in something different rather than this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm just saying like, it's mostly decision based. You decided
Yeah, you decide.
to take this energy in this way, like because Irvin
But
was
ti-
getting upset with his brother.
Yeah.
Because his brother was telling him that. I just love to fuck up people. I love gangbanging.
Yeah.
That's my shit.
Damn,
I
for real?
love gangbanging.
Yeah.
Like you cannot go back and there's an chemical balance or nothing. Like Irvin, I love gangbanging.
Yeah.
And Irvin's all like, no. You could have gone that energy and used it in MMA. And
Yeah,
then,
I agree.
yeah, definitely he could
Yeah.
have done that, but he
didn't want to.
decided to gangbang. Like,
Yeah.
He wanted to gangbang.
He doesn't do it anymore, by the
He
way.
doesn't do it
Disclaimer.
anymore.
That's
Yeah,
just-
he doesn't
But
do
I
it
don't know
anymore.
when he
so
was
it's-
young. When he was young.
Yeah, when he was young. But he graduated from
his
UTEP.
own
He has
business.
degrees. He has his own business. He's
That's amazing.
He's an amazing tattoo artist.
That's
he started his
amazing.
own brand, the EP brand.
Right here.
Wow.
He has a tattoo shop off of Montana. EP brand.
Tell me everything. I'm like, well, I don't want to know who he was. but
Hashtag
okay.
EP
No, it's
brand.
because he's really open.
Oh, he is? Okay,
He
that's
has
good.
music out there. His
That's
name is
good.
Mr. Crazy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has music
for
out there on
him.
Spotify, SoundCloud, like YouTube videos. So all I'm saying is that like there's certain things that you cannot trace all the way back, but you
Yeah.
decide to put your energy into this.
Yeah.
Because I decided to put my energy into this one path that I want to take. Because I could have definitely, like when you said like, are you high? It's like I could have definitely kept on that path, like just getting stoned and doing a mediocre job and just that's it.
Yeah.
But I decided to get on this path and invest my energy and the way that I like to talk to people.
Yeah.
The way that I do things, just invested in good things, and eventually, get high all day.
But how are you tying this to the cheating thing? Because you were talking
Oh my
about
God.
that.
Because I was saying that you could sometimes, there's situations where people, they got molested when they were younger.
Right.
Whatever
Or that
happened
happened to them, that they got cheated on, so they're going to get back at this other person.
Maybe that
They're going to
too.
cheat on them.
Yeah, maybe
There's
that
times
too.
where there's just nothing happened in their life for it to indicate that they're going to become a cheater. They're cheaters. They like to have sex with different people.
Yeah.
Even though
That's
they're
just
in a
them.
relationship. That's just the way they are.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
The worst and the best thing about the human brain is that it's so advanced and there's so many nooks and crannies. There's so
Complex.
many
Beautiful.
things complex.
Beautiful.
And the unfortunate is that the only thing that we can do is perceive life through our own brain. We
Yeah.
can't hook up to anybody
To
else's
anybody
brain and be like,
else's.
oh, what the fuck? That's what you see? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that would be so
beautiful.
much easier.
Well, that's
but we can't
communication,
do
Greg.
that. So we do our best, man. We do our fucking best.
Even
Well, that's why we're doing this podcast right now, because they're trying to get into my brain.
Exactly.
They're trying
Yeah.
to see why I do what I do and how I do that.
We're trying to dive deep into your brain.
That's how you
and
know,
that's why
conversation,
get closer, get a little bit closer,
things like that.
And that's why earlier I was trying to dive deep into your brain and find out what motivates you, like and the answer you gave me was more of just like I was just born this way. This is like how I am. And then
like
even
Lady
you said,
Gaga.
and you even said I was born. How does that shit go? I don't even know. And even you had said about the how the fuck was it? You threw me off with the Lady Gaga shit about
you were trying to dive into my brain
about your passion too, how you were like working towards it, and I was asking, I was like, well, how do you stay motivated? I was like, because you love what you're doing and stuff like that, and then I just really liked what you were saying, how yes, there's struggles. I go through this, but I was just trying to dive deeper into, well, what is it every day that you wake up and you're like, I'm gonna do this today? Yeah, you know. And it does seem like you attributed it to just this is how I was born.
She was able to channel her energy.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. That's how I feel. Like you're just able to channel that energy because you're aware that you have this extra gear that a lot of people don't have. So you're able to use it as leverage and use it to your advantage to excel and succeed.
Yeah, to make it part of my lifestyle and my livelihood.
Yeah. So what about those people that aren't that way though?
It takes you to want to be that way. Yeah. If you want to stop being a lazy piece of shit and you want to do something, I'm serious. If you want to do something with your life, and you want to do something more, if like you wake up every day and you feel empty and you feel like you have no purpose, you need to go out there and find it.
Yeah. Because the way you were saying it, I don't know if I'm interpreting it correctly, but it seemed like you were talking about like it's genetic. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's genetic or not. I don't know about that. I think that it just depends if you find your passion, and if you haven't found it, you need to keep looking. Yeah. Because once a person finds their passion and what they're meant to do, that's when it changes for them.
I think Greg Irvin is talking more about teaching other people how to be.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say.
Separate gear,
but that's my point I'm trying to make. If you don't know your passion, if you wake up every single day not having any drive for anything, not being excited about anything, not being happy about anything,
that's an indication.
That is an indication that you are not living your dream or your purpose or your whatever it is that your goal is. You don't even know what it is. So guess what? You got to go find it. If you're tired of feeling like shit. Yeah. So that's why I say I don't know if it's genetic. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a self-awareness thing. If you're so self-aware and you know what you're meant for and you're good, or you're not self-aware, you don't know what you're meant for and you're not happy, you're not
try
living
everything.
Your dreams.
Just try.
That's what I think. Yeah. Like I've tried so many things and I haven't. I failed. Like I said, I tried freaking UTEP cheerleading. I fucking sucked. I did not make the team. Guess what? I moved on to something else. I tried basketball in middle school. It didn't work out. I sucked. I tried softball in high school. I sucked. Guess what? I tried a lot of things. Yeah. I tried gymnastics. I was all right. Wasn't the best, but I tried it.
So really, the recipe to this success is try. Yeah. Like take risks.
Just get up and go.
Do your thing. Get going. Yeah.
Gary Vee has a good quote. He says, double down on your strengths.
Yeah.
Quit fucking like trying to fix the shit that you're not really good at. Like leave that to the side. Double down on your strengths. Like whatever you're really fucking good at, be really good at that. And that's I find that like that's way better.
I could agree with that.
Than trying to just go back and like, no, it's because I'm not good. I'm not good at this. Like I'm gonna go back and fix this. But then this good gift that you have, you're leaving it behind you. You're not nourishing it. You're not building upon it.
So
that's a good Gary Vee quote.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, it's just
overthinking kills so many things. That's why I said earlier,
people get fixated too much on the why. I think.
I think that you should know your why. I think that.
No, I mean on the what? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. On
like the why as opposed to like, well, why do I feel this way? You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
Like
questioning yourself. That's something different.
It's not just like, it's like, well, I know that this makes me feel good. I know that I'm following my heart. I know that I'm doing my best in the field or whatever I'm trying to do. But why is it like taking so long? Like, you know, why you're getting fixated so much on the details?
That's like a patience thing. You're not patient enough.
You're getting so fixed on the details when it's like, the miracle. It's a miracle that you're even able to get up in the morning and you have a car or you have 2 legs or whatever it is. Look at your things that you have and appreciate that. I think the fact
even
that
if you don't have a car, you have a bus. You could take the bus.
The fact that we're able to sit here in this little room and I can do this with my voice and I can do that. You know what I mean? Like that's so cool. Like I'm just showing off the mixer. I'm fixated on this.
Now you're just showing off
on the fact that we can do this and not so much on But why?
It's because
you know what I mean.
Grateful.
Just appreciate.
I feel like you're just really grateful,
Yes.
Jovy.
Yeah.
You're really grateful for the position
Yeah.
that you're in, for everything that is being brought to you because of the energy, because of
Yeah.
the work you put in. All the opportunities are coming to you.
Yeah.
I feel like you're just really grateful for all of that.
Yeah, and I'm welcoming of them is
Definitely.
the thing too. Like, and the
Definitely.
thing is, there's been times where like there's no opportunity, but I literally like build a
Create
door.
them.
Like if there's
Yeah.
no door, I build a door. Like
Beautiful.
I really do. Like that's just how it
There you
was.
go.
So like with the X bands, like when I went to California, I wanted to work with them. I wanted to do fitness expos and stuff like that. So what I did was I said, "Hey guys, I'm here in California. You need something, you tell me."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, actually, we're having an event in LA."
You put
and I was in
yourself out
San
there.
Diego, so I drove over there. I drove over there with Eddie to go work the event. We paid for, the drive. We paid for the hotel, and then they paid me to work it, right? But they didn't pay for my travel, right? So I kept doing stuff like that.
You
I would put
invested.
myself out there.
Yeah.
And then guess what? Eventually, I was offered a position like with the company
That's
to do
badass.
what I'm doing right now, which
Yeah.
is great. But I worked for it and I put myself out there instead of like, here's the thing. What if I would have second guessed myself and been
Yeah.
like, oh, but what if they have enough people? Like, well,
I'm not
they
this
don't
enough.
need me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have 100,000 followers. Like, whatever
Yeah.
it is. What if I
Yeah.
second guess myself? I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
So,
You can always talk yourself
Get it.
out or into
exactly.
anything.
That's why I say,
You're the best
don't
convincer.
question it.
Get 'em,
Just go.
Get 'em.
Yeah. I want to ask you a
Good.
question, Joby, real quick. So,
Yeah.
because I feel like people
Go for it.
relate on different, with different things with you, right? So with your strengths, so you're a very positive, very confident woman,
Yeah.
very outgoing. You put yourself in situations, but have you put any thought or consideration into your weaknesses? What do you think are some of your weaknesses that maybe other people share that are watching this that you think that you're actively trying to work on?
Okay.
And things
Or
that they can
are
do.
you even working on them?
Yeah, I am. So there's I think definitely since I was very, very young, I've struggled with being on time to things. So being punctual is something that I've really been trying to
Burden.
work on. You know, it's something that I've always struggled with. Since I was little, I don't know why, I really don't, but it's something that I told myself this year. I don't really believe in resolutions, but if I had one, it would be to be more on time with things. Because it's not a good feeling when you're rushing. So I don't want to stress myself out being like rushed to certain places. I don't want to make myself look bad by being late. So it's something I've been trying to work on. So now I might be like 3 minutes late, 5 minutes late. If I'm more late than that, I will tell a person or whatever it is. But for the most part, that's something that I've struggled with for a long time and I need to do better at. And I will. And I have been in certain, in
Good.
a lot of cases.
Yeah.
So that's something that's a weakness of mine, not
Yeah.
being punctual.
Same here.
Because it could lead to different things. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to be better at that.
I think my issue with that is that I feel like I can do a lot of things
Yes.
in once, and I'm
Yes.
like, oh, I'll make it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
I have 5 minutes to get
Yeah.
to this place. It's 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think that's-
yeah. The only way that I was able to mitigate all of that is just I say fuck it and dedicate an hour to that thing. So I'm
Yeah.
there at like an hour early.
Like set enough time.
Yeah, enough time, especially
Yeah.
with our freaking traffic that's increasing. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta be like ahead of the.
Take the
Stop
375
having kids, people.
at
Take
Border
the loop.
Patrol. Take the
Yeah.
loop. Take the loop, people. I'm telling you, it's
Yeah.
lonely out there.
It's lonely out there.
Oh wait. Oh sorry.
She's like, no, it's a secret.
Well, they have the toll road now.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's beautiful. It's
It's great.
fucking
Yeah, I've
awesome.
been on it.
Yeah.
We need less
It's
people.
free
It's been
now.
awesome.
It's free right now, but it's eventually gonna be charged. I think it's beautiful.
It's still in the deferment period,
Yeah.
so you don't have to pay.
You
but
don't have to pay.
Or maybe it's already off the deferment period. I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay. What about okay, so you're still trying to reach your goal, you're
Mm-hmm.
saying. Is there another weakness that you feel like is preventing you from reaching this next level
Yeah.
of what you're trying
My
to go
tits. That's
That's
why
the
I'm getting
thing.
them out.
to? Okay.
I'm saying tits to be funny.
That's offensive. I
Just the shock factor.
Jesus
Right?
Christ.
But no,
I find
but
cheeks
for real,
offensive.
Jesus Christ, no, but for real, like my implants have been something that's been making me
Fuck,
sick,
that's crazy.
which has been making an impact on different things of my life. I'm not able to function at my most optimal level,
Yeah.
which is not okay for me. If I'm not functioning at the best that I can, something's got to go.
Yeah.
So if that for me is my health has been suffering.
Yeah.
That's why I'm spending X amount of freaking money
Yeah.
getting my implants removed because it's not letting me live my best life,
So that's
do
just-
as well as
yeah.
I can. So that's
Yeah.
not necessarily like a weakness, but it's something in my way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say the lack of punctuality, if that's the word. So I need to
Mm-hmm.
be more punctual with things, and I'm working on it, and I have been doing better. The second thing is just making sure my health is on point in every aspect of the word. So getting my implants removed
Yeah.
is a solution to that issue.
Yeah.
That's the top two things as far as like weaknesses or stuff that's like in the way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see yourself as like a spokesperson for this type of situation?
An advocate? I see myself as an advocate. I do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm raising a lot of awareness, a shit ton.
Is your goal to prevent people from getting implants?
My goal is to educate people, not to prevent necessarily, because there's going to be women in this world and there are women in this world that get implants and they're perfectly fine. And I'm so happy for them. Like, I don't want people to feel the way I'm feeling. I really don't. It's not fun. I don't like this. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
I don't feel like myself. So it's just the fact that like if I can educate women and let them know, hey, this is a possibility. You could feel like X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
Let me tell you more about this so you can like read about it before making the decision to get your implants. That is something I feel good about, because if I kept this to myself, I would feel bad and I would feel like I'm not doing the right thing.
Right.
I feel like just bad. Like I don't know. I don't feel right about
like you're
that.
hiding something from
like
people.
I'm hiding something.
Know.
Like they need to know. People need to know. So I'm advocating for breast implant illness, and I'm activating for natural fat transfer solutions for breast enlargement or breast enhancement. So I am talking more about the fat transfer, which I'm going to be doing, and then the implant removal. So like I said, fat transfer is a more natural solution.
Right.
So
is it more expensive as well?
Kind of, yeah. It depends on the area. Like it could be anywhere from like 6 to 10K or 5 to 10K.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on.
For you, like that, your whole not character, but who you are is fitness, is life.
Yeah.
Not just fitness, but life, a lifestyle.
That's why I say, like, for my brand, it's called Wellness with Jovy. That's my brand, and that's like my business name.
Yeah.
That I'm currently like promoting, and I'm currently working on. I'm working on a lot of things: my website, my logo, a whole bunch of shit.
Beautiful.
But it's Wellness with Jovy, because wellness is comprised of different dimensions, which is your mental health, your spiritual health, your financial health, your fitness. So it's seven dimensions.
Yeah,
of
you can't
wellness.
put a price on it.
You
really can't.
You have to have all of them if you want to be like your best, right? And I'm not at my best, so that's why again I'm removing my implants to feel better.
Okay.
And for full disclosure, Jovy was here on time. On time.
I was.
Yeah, exactly on time.
I would have been like a few minutes early, but I drove down the street.
Yeah, everybody has that issue.
Yeah.
That the fucking GPS takes them somewhere else. And
it had said parking lot, but I was like, that's weird. So I just kept going. I was like, wait, that's weird. So I turned around. But yes, I was on time.
She was on time.
Luckily, I was outside and I saw her pull in. I was like,
yeah.
Are you the dude with the basket? She goes, I'm like, yes.
I was like, yeah, are you the guy with the podcast? She's like, yeah, actually,
And
I'm
then
actually getting my stuff.
Greg just said it really nonchalant. Jovy's here. Or like,
well, I said, I didn't. I said,
no,
Jovy's
he said
here.
it nice. Yeah, he said it nice.
I don't know,
like,
but
Jovy's here.
And I was like,
what?
Yeah, what?
Like,
and then you walked in. I was like,
you guys thought I was gonna be late.
Yeah, Irvin.
He was hoping.
That's why I was like, okay,
damn it, Irvin.
maybe I can take my time.
Give him shit because
I was eating Chinese.
Maybe the old Jovy, but not this one.
Not the new Jovy. You know what? I was stuck in 2018.
Do it for her. Do it for her.
Do what? Do what?
The deep voice.
Oh, the deep voice. Hold on.
Get it.
Damn it, I didn't have it ready.
He just got it.
I didn't have it
He's
ready.
barely learning. Pobrecito.
All right, who are you?
Not this job.
Oh man,
Get it.
not this Jovy.
This is
The new and improved Jovy 2.0.
There we go.
I think
We're
it's
having
awesome.
too much fun with this.
Get that
Yes.
2020.
I do need to wrap up, guys.
Yes.
So
Okay, yes,
I want to
yes,
know
yes.
any like I guess one last thing that you guys want to ask me that would definitely bring value to people.
Okay.
Because I want people to like enjoy this podcast and have fun and laugh with us and stuff.
Yeah.
But what's something like a last thing that somebody can learn from?
Wow.
We usually
You're
ask
putting us
people
on
that
the spot.
question. You flipped it around to
You're
us.
putting us on the
I
spot.
put the
Where'd you
thing
get your
down, flip it in
glasses?
reverse.
Now,
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Where'd you
Let
get
me
your-
work it. I put my thing down.
Flip it and reverse it.
It's your turn. It's your turn. If you got a big.
Oh, snap. So where'd you get your glasses from? No, I'm just kidding. No,
Let me
I was trying to think of
search-
something. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I just
What was it again? Something that
just
I
one.
can.
No, not even you guys, but whoever's watching. Like, if you think there's a certain question that's been put out there, or just something that I can help with in some way, raise awareness, or just provide value. Like, what's one last
Nutrition.
thing you guys would ask me? Okay.
Nutrition. What have you?
Do we each
what
get
have
one?
you learned that really changed your perspective on nutrition? Was coming from a competition prep.
Oh, yeah.
To something where that's what your
That's night and
mindset
day, yeah.
behind, and then now it's like, well, I'm learning all of these things
Oh,
because
my
of
gosh.
school. What is the difference?
This is a huge thing that I will say as far as like nutrition and like diets go. I will say that the biggest thing I've learned is like not one diet or one type of diet works for everybody. Every person is so different. Their chemistry in their body, their enzymes they produce, their hormones, like it's a whole mess of things that can affect the way that we interact with foods or whatever that we consume. So I'm gonna say that's the biggest thing, just learning that like one type of diet is not for everybody.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, that's definitely my answer to that.
Do we each get a question?
Oh,
No.
That's it? I'm done?
No, I mean, you
That's
can
it?
ask it
Oh,
what
okay.
you want. Yeah.
I forgot what it was.
Oh my
right.
God,
No,
that's so
I know.
funny.
I remember now. Okay, so you have gotten to where you are through hard work, right, and dedication.
For sure.
So I feel like a lot of people get stuck in step one. Mm-hmm. So what are some words of advice you might have for people to just get past level one?
That's what I was gonna ask you.
This is something we did like talk about earlier. I'm just gonna say it again, and I will continue to say this. So for anybody that interviews me, because I do have like some podcasts coming up, I'm gonna say the same shit every single time because it's the truth. Just start.
Just do
Don't overthink.
Nike.
For real, just do it.
That's it.
Reeboks on Nike.
This is unreal.
Yeah, for real. Like you just gotta start.
They fucking hit it on the nail. Like
that
that's why
something
they're
else?
making millions of dollars because
Yeah, they're still killing it.
that fucking slogan,
Yeah.
that word is fucking universal and
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah,
Just do
that
it, dude.
term
Yeah.
for
Do
sure. So yeah, it's my best advice. Like you need to just start. Like stop overthinking. If you have friends or maybe even your family saying, "Why are you gonna do that?" Blah
Yeah.
blah.
Fuck 'em.
You know why they're saying why you're gonna do that or why they're questioning you because they didn't do what they wanted to do.
Right.
They question themselves, so that's why they're acting that way with you.
That's deep.
And
I
it
like
sucks
that.
because we love our moms, we love our dads, whatever, or we love our friends. But maybe they might not be the best person to listen to. So
Yeah.
I think that you should put on some motivational or educational podcasts or YouTube videos. Listen to what successful people do, what they
Yes.
say, how they live their life, whatever routines they have, and do that. So I
And
think
model
it's
it,
just a matter of starting.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that's been helping me get far.
Yeah.
Just doing it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just doing whatever it is I want to do.
Fuck 'em.
And if I don't succeed in that one thing, guess what? There's a lot of other things I can do.
Yeah.
So
If you aim for the, what is it? Aim for
for
the
the
moon. If you don't,
aim
if
for
you
the-
don't land
No,
on the moon, you
made
land
for
on
the
some
moon.
stars.
Even if
Yeah.
you don't make it, you'll be
Yeah.
on the
Yeah. So
Do you
Yeah,
mind
that
sharing
one.
just one or two things that you had roadblocks that you had to just push through them? Like, was it ever family that was in your way?
No,
Was-
never. My thankfully I've had like an amazing family. They've always been very supportive. My
Good.
mom, my dad. I'm gonna say any roadblocks that have been in my way was honestly like it was just me. Like
Yeah.
I didn't take myself as serious as I should have at a certain point. So when I took earlier, I don't know if you were here, but I was saying that I used to like bartend. I used to serve at different places, and I was so addicted to the money. Me being so young and earning so much money in that one day, I was like, oh my God, I love this. Fuck my grades. I don't care about school. Like
Yeah.
that was a roadblock that kind of stayed in my way for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Maybe a few years actually. So once I saw past that, and like I said, once I hit a certain age, I was like, I'm 23. No, I'm not 23 anymore, but I was 23 at the time, and I was like, I still haven't finished school. Like I still
Yeah.
haven't accomplished X, Y, and Z. I need to get on it. So that's, I think, when, or a little bit before that, I started personal training because that was more of like my passion. And my friends, Shane and Lizzie, Shane is the one that got me into personal training. So he's the one that said, you should do it. You'd be really good. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, blah, blah. And I finally did it.
That's awesome.
But I'm going to say, yeah, for sure. It's just, it was myself that was in the way. And I think that for most people, when they're not getting to a certain level or not reaching a certain goal, is because their own thoughts are in the way. Or, like I said, they might not have that support system around them. So
Support system's huge.
yeah, support system is huge. So I think if you
Yeah.
have that, it makes it a lot easier, but it's not impossible. So if you don't have the right support system, it's time to change that. And maybe you might have to spend some time alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of hard, especially like, let's say there's a bodybuilder, like a really, really talented, fucking amazingly genetic gifted
Just a specimen of
individual,
a man or me.
a specimen of
Fucking
a woman or
delicious,
man.
yeah.
And they're going to go far in their journey. But guess what? They're going to spend some time by themselves, alone, doing their cardio, doing their workouts, making their meals. And they have a dad saying, why are you doing this? This is not going to get you anywhere. But guess what? That person turns out to be the next Ronnie Coleman. You know what I'm saying?
used to say that. He's like, haz pesos. ¿Cuáles pesas? Haz pesos. He used
Yeah,
to say that shit a lot.
I could see that happening with certain people.
Yeah.
So
Pesos.
yeah, your support system is huge. So if you don't have that, you just gotta really, really be deep into your craft and be like, well, this is what I love, this is what I'm good at, and I see myself getting somewhere, so I'm just gonna keep going. So I think that's like a huge
Thank you,
Jovy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We love talking to people like you, people who are motivated. We're all about, you know, spreading that positivity and just inspiring people. So thank you so much.
You're
for
welcome.
being
I
here.
think we covered a lot of topics, a lot of different random topics. So this was
Yes.
fun.
You know, we
Thank
should
you for
start
your time more than anything. Time is valuable, and thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for allowing us to go and be in your life.
And being so open
this
too.
Moment.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
being so open.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
your energy. You leave some behind, and I hope you take some of ours with you and spread it around. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you
it.
guys
Sprinkle
want,
it
you
around.
have some,
Spirit
you
fingers,
want to
spirit
plug
fingers.
your stuff?
Plug in your stuff.
Plug it.
Plug it in. Oh shit!
Like right here, plug
I
it
didn't
in
bring
here. No.
anything. I was like, I didn't bring anything.
No,
okay.
you could just...
So yeah, follow my Instagram account. It is at Jovy _Castillo. What else do I have? My YouTube is the same thing, Jovy Castillo, but it's not as active as I would like it to be. Soon I will be doing and documenting my journey to removing my implants and why I'm doing it and raising awareness for that, like we discussed. So that's going to be really interesting because I have some filmmakers doing that. And it's going to be nice. It's not going to be like, you know, on my phone and shit. Like, it's going to be legit stuff.
Good.
So
That's awesome.
that's exciting. So yeah, if you guys want to follow me on YouTube, that's cool too. I just started LinkedIn, so hopefully I learn how the hell to use it because I don't know how to use it. And TikTok, I have one too. I'm still learning how to use it. So I don't know. If you want to follow me on there, it's just
TikTok,
Jovy
LinkedIn,
Castillo. That's
Jovy
it.
Castillo, TikTok, LinkedIn.
As
YouTube,
far and as far
Instagram.
as where I work, it's Elevate Gym. I'm not there all the time because I do travel out of town for the X-Bands, but Elevate Gym, it's Elevate, so ELEV8, like the number.
Yeah.
Gym.
Where's it
okay.
located at?
Located on the old east side.
all those
So
old east side.
yeah, just have people, you know, search Elevate Gym, you know, follow them. A couple more plugs. My surgeon's name is, like I said, at Sculpt. Sculpt is SQULT.
The Q.
Sorry, ULPT. That's my surgeon. So yeah, super awesome. I don't know who else to plug in.
High tech.
High tech, yeah. High tech is
Pharmaceuticals.
we didn't even touch on that subject, but yeah,
I
I'm an
know.
athlete for
We'll have
high
you
tech
back, Jovy,
pharmaceuticals.
hopefully.
I was gonna
Yeah,
ask
if you ever want to
about
have
that.
me back, yeah, for sure, I'll be here.
No, and
Yeah.
we understand because we're barely starting. We're an up and coming
Yeah,
podcast, and we understand our following isn't very large yet. But we hope
You
that
guys will get there.
we at least provided you with a platform and brought
Oh,
something
thank
out
you.
of you.
I hope so too. Yeah.
Yeah, like brought something out
Yeah.
of you that maybe you wouldn't have been able to like. Oh, I'm gonna talk about this today. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
our goal, really, to just bring
Yeah.
stuff out of you.
And just keep going. You know, just keep going. It'll be good.
We like
Thank
it.
you.
It's
All
fun.
right.
Yeah.
But thank
We
you,
had
Jovy.
fun.
You're awesome.
Thank you so much for following the Terricolas podcast right here. Thank you so much for being here on the Terricolas podcast. You can always follow us at Instagram. That's
Stupid. I'm so sorry. You can follow us on Instagram. Make sure TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Everything will be in the description.
We'll plug
Jovy,
in-
thank
we'll
you so
plug
much
in
for
your-
being here.
Yeah, perfect. That'd be awesome.
Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Bye, guys. Thank you.